Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Late Night with Darkscythe. That's right, it wasn't just a one and done, like I did with your mom in bed last night. It is a recurring series. Now, unfortunately, back on Thursday, I wanted to do the fashion stream that I promised, but unfortunately, I got really sick and was unable to do that. So you're going to be getting that stream probably next week, Wednesday or Thursday. Hopefully, so long as I don't get fucking sick again. But you are going to get that stream. I promise you. It's going to happen. The Y2K Spooky Kid Mall Goth fashion stream is going to become a reality. I am, of course, your host, Darkscythe, joined by my co-host.
Hi, my name's Tame. I'm an alcoholic.
Thank you for sharing that with us, Tame. Today we're going to be talking about the 12-step program. No, we are also joined by a couple of guests who are hopefully not alcoholics. You go first, Rook.
Hello, my name is Rick, and I have one thing to say.
Mm-hmm.
Bless you. May God continue to bless these United States of America.
I didn't hear a word of that other than United States of America.
Yeah, that's not
That was
creepy.
Katie Brett from the... That was Katie Brett from the State of the Union response from the GOP.
Oh,
my
Anyway.
Oh my god.
well, alright then. Thank you for your input, Rook. And, as promised, you've been waiting for over a year for this to be a reality. Today, we are being joined by none other than Frequent Chatter and their Chatas. Now, my first question for you after you introduce yourself is, am I pronouncing your name correctly?
Thank you for finally having me onto your stream. Or rather your podcast. I feel so very honored. Thank you. And to answer your question, I have no idea. I've never actually said it out loud during my career. I actually don't know what it means. I remember it's something I ran through Google Translate. I changed it up a little, and yeah, I don't even remember what I typed in.
It's just gibberish. Well, that is the best possible response you could have given, which is, hell, I don't even fucking know. That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm a little bit like this influential mangaka who you said before we started the stream we'd be talking about. Yeah, we both have very bad memories.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, bad memory gang. Holla at your player.
I can remember things vividly from 20 years ago. I could talk about... Oh, sorry.
Hold on, and I am not an alcoholic.
You are not an alcoholic. Well, that's good to know. But you do smoke crack, right?
No comment.
Okay, alright. So today we're gonna be talking about the 12-step program. Alright, this is both Alcoholics Anonymous and Narcotics Anonymous, minus the Jesus shit. Because you don't need Jesus when you have Lord Darkscythe.
Exactly.
Lord Darkscythe is the way to combat addiction.
This is awkward because I am Jesus.
No,
Everybody is Jesus.
But especially me.
I'm the
But especially me.
So
I am the most Jesus.
I would like to segue this into commemorating the life that we lost the other day. Akira Toriyama, the creator of Dragon Ball, and
Dr. Slump, and Sandland, and Jocko the Galactic Patrolman, and
Dragon Quest.
Oh yes,
a lot of things.
Yes.
Many things.
I don't know if he created those video game series, but he was a character designer at the very least.
Yeah.
He has a
yeah.
long history of working on and being involved with many projects, and has one hell of a fucking legacy. But his biggest legacy for me is Dragon Ball. If
No, not just for you. That is the objective fact. Dragon Ball
Yes.
is his like most like I can't even. No, you go. I can't even like I like. Hold on, one moment.
he was not only the architect of Dragon Ball, he was the architect of my childhood. I mean, Dragon Ball was the cornerstone of my upbringing. It is what got me into anime as a form, period. It defined my personality in ways that I don't even probably quite understand. There are so many things that I would not have
Okay,
gotten
I'm back.
into.
Sorry about that. My sister was needing me for a moment. Sorry about that.
Yeah, you're fine. There are so many things that I would not have gotten into, would have never watched. Ghost in the Shell, stuff like that just means so much to me, if not for the creations of Akira Toriyama. It's something that just means everything to me. Hell, this has less to do with Akira Toriyama himself and more the localization teams and stuff like that. But the music that I'm into, you know, with some of the Dragon Ball Z movies that were localized, a lot of nu metal was put into those soundtracks. Dragon Ball Z is how I got into Deftones. Dragon Ball Z is how I got into Pantera and all these different, which I know
Ooh.
Pantera is
Groove metal.
they're yikesy. They're yikesy. But they're most of their music is good though.
Listen,
Despite-
they still make good music.
Yeah, they still made good music despite the singer's yikesy views and the guitarist having the Confederate flag guitar and all that. Look, we don't need to get into it. The point is, a lot of the music...
He was talking about the White Power Ranger. He was talking about the White
Yikes.
Power Ranger.
the point
That is like real yikes.
It is really yikes, but, I mean, I'm still able to enjoy some of their songs regardless, because, let's face it, if we refuse to listen to any band because they've partaken in yikesy shit, you're not going to be able to listen to much. Your catalog is going to be real narrow. You have
That's my
to get to a
exact
point
opinion.
where you separate the art from the artist. But look, we're not getting into that. The point is,
Man, I could go on about that anyway.
this Phil Insomno was just
Anyway.
reaching for something. Yeah, he just
Well,
No, see, he was just
doing
putting his
tricks.
hands in the air to celebrate, even though the other arm was a guy next to him forcibly putting up that arm with both of his arms. But hey, look, we won't talk about it, okay? Point
Listen,
is,
he just put his hand in the air because he just doesn't care.
point is, I am probably not the biggest Dragon Ball fan in the world by any means. There are some people who are really into the power scaling shit and like all this, like it just gets kind of ridiculous after a while to the point where I don't fucking care. But
It's
Don't worry,
pointless.
It was
don't worry, the
essential-
power scalers are fools.
yeah, it's stupid. But it was a central cornerstone of my childhood, and without it, there would have been a void. So for that, Akira Toriyama, thank you for making my childhood better, even though I had a shitty-ass childhood. You made it just a little bit better thanks to what you created. So, I thank you greatly. Rest in power. Thank you. That's really all I have to say on the matter. Does anyone else have anything to add?
I do.
I can come up. I
came
can be
first, actually.
since I'm the special guest. I'll wait. I'll wait until everyone else is already had their say.
Sure.
All right. So first off, like you said, like rest in power, and like Dragon Ball's legacy is like something I can't even begin to comprehend, and it's not also just about his legacy, but also the legacy of like the legacies he made. because there are people that Toriyama inspired.
Yes,
That created
people
works that inspired
that
others.
were inspired by him. Yes, yes. There are
Yeah.
so many people. I mean, so many people. I mean, Sonic the Hedgehog was inspired
Like-
by Dragon Ball Z. I mean, just so many different things that
And Bill Clinton.
I did not have sexual relations with Bulma.
I give
Vegeta, please don't
just
go
one
Super
example.
Saiyan Blue and kill me, please. I'm the president. You can't do that.
really it's probably easier to go through everything that wasn't
dude.
in some way inspired by Toriyama.
Honestly, you could kill me as much as you want. I'm too high to even give a fuck.
One of the starkest examples I think of like inspiring inspirations is that like Toriyama inspired Kishimoto who made like Naruto, and Naruto inspired Gotoge who made Demon Slayer. It's just like an endless, like his it's like endless. Like if you were to list every legacy that Toriyama left behind, you could make like 10 days worth.
It's a whole
not 10
web.
days
It's
worth.
like the Pepe Sylvia meme where it's all these different fucking pieces of fabric connecting to each other. Like it's all over the place. Like you said, I love Naruto as well, and Naruto is an important part of my childhood as well. Demon Slayer came about during my adulthood, but it's been an important part of my adulthood, and it was greatly inspired going back to Dragon Ball. So yeah, I mean, it's just like the impact that he made, like you said, is just immeasurable.
That's all I really have to say. Just like I'm just gonna say it, he's a legend. And like I
Yeah.
can't comprehend it. Just rest in peace, man. That's all I
For
have
real.
to say.
For real.
Yeah. I think my favorite part about Akira Toriyama's work was, like, not necessarily like everything, but mostly just like, I loved his combination of like, futuristic tech, but also with nature too.
Yeah. I that's one thing I really liked about Dragon Ball was that there was futuristic tech, like with the flying cars and the capsules and Capsule
Yeah.
Corp and
Androids.
the androids and the clones and all this stuff. But it wasn't like a cyberpunk dystopia either. It was just a really interesting like world that he created that I really appreciate. And one really big aspect of the world Toriyama created that I'm a huge fan of is the planet Namek. I love the idea of having a green sky with blue grass and like the way the trees look. It's so beautiful, and I truly mean this with all of my heart. I wish I could live on planet Namek minus the whole Frieza invading it stuff. I would love to, that like whenever I go into like meditation or whatever and I'm trying to find my happy place, that happy place that I think of 99% of the time is planet Namek, the peaceful planet of Namek. And that was just one little world created by someone in manga panels, and it has such an effect on my psyche. This one little aspect of a giant fucking series and anthology and everything. It just really goes to show how much this show really means to me. I mean, hell, Planet Namek isn't actually on it, but I have a Dragon Ball Z blanket, a big Dragon Ball Z blanket hanging over my window because I am too cheap to install window curtains. And it's from the Namek saga, because that saga just means so much to me, because I just always, ever since I was a little kid, wished I could live there. Not to mention having, the big Namekian Dragon Balls to make 3 wishes for whatever I desire. The idea of that as well really makes me want to live there. So, just such an impact. Anyway, I'm going to throw it to Ander now, our special guest, and I'm sure you have a lot to say about it as a Japan enthusiast instead of the slur that I called you before the stream. Starts with a W.
Oh, don't worry about it. I am the most unabashed, unashamed weeb anyone will have had ever met.
Well,
And
at least you didn't hard O it.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah,
funny
they-
that you, and it's
We
funny
both-
that you went on that whole thing about Planonamic because, there's a very good possibility Toriyama created Namek simply because he just didn't want to draw night scenes or cities. I mean, that was just his whole creative process.
That
What can I do to?
That sounds like Toriyama to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just how. That was his whole creative process. What can I do to make this like to do less work? But,
Yeah, I mean that's something I would do. I can relate.
I mean that's why
Yeah.
Super Saiyans are blonde because he didn't want to color it in or
Yeah,
ink
you
it
don't
in, I
wanna
should
ink
say.
it. Yeah, ink it.
Yeah, but to answer your question, I mean I don't even know where to bloody start. I mean, Dragon Ball has been in my life pretty much since like I don't even remember a moment when Dragon Ball wasn't in my life, and I'm going to be 28 this month.
Yeah, I was about to ask how old you
Yeah.
were if you were comfortable disclosing.
you-
So yeah, you've been around since I mean, at least since near the beginning of Dragon Ball in the West, anyway.
Yeah, like I said, I'm from Australia, so it takes back then took a little longer for localizations to get here because Australia is kind of like a backwater.
That's interesting. So
It-
so when Dragon Ball hit here and got big, it was like the late 90s, early 2000s. All the way up until about 05, and then things kind of cooled down. So when did it get big over there?
I mean, it probably wasn't like that far behind, but around like the late 90s, I probably wasn't even like talking right yet. Like probably on account of my verbal dyslexia, but anyway, to keep
You don't
going
have to talk to watch something, though, right?
I beg your pardon.
Oh, you don't have to talk to watch something, right?
Well,
like I remember when I
exactly.
was a kid watching Dragon Ball, and I was like really, really young. I was just like, ooh, mommy, people fighting, you know.
Well, I was just making a comment, giving you an idea of how like young I
Right.
was and
Right.
how
Yeah.
little I really remember.
Uh,
But to go back about Toriyama's effect on my life, I mean, yeah, Dragon Ball was how it's not just how I got into anime, it probably had a very real, tangible effect on who I am as a person. It probably, like, affected my morality, my worldview. Like, if it wasn't for Dragon Ball, I'd probably be in a different place in my life. I'd probably be a very different person. If it wasn't for Dragon Ball, I'd probably be like I'd probably be like a. I don't know. For all we know, I could have been like a Nazi without Dragon Ball because
I don't know if I'd go that far. I don't know if I'd go that far.
It's like one of those wacky butterfly effects.
Like I'm just saying
Yeah.
that Dragon Ball did more to raise me than my dad did.
Yeah, that's I'm glad you said that because I was not raised properly by anybody. I'm not going to go into detail because I'm not trying to throw a pity party, but I wasn't raised properly by anybody. So it was shows like Dragon Ball that raised me, and it was music that raised me as well. And like I said, a lot of that music I got from the localized Dragon Ball Z movies. And it was also the quality time that I was able to spend with my friends and family, watching it and talking about it with friends at school and stuff like that. I wouldn't have those memories if not for Akira Toriyama. So.
And yeah, Dragon Ball is also if it wasn't for Dragon Ball, okay, I don't know if this is so like related to it, but I've been since the start of the pandemic. I've been teaching myself Japanese.
Mm-hmm.
And,
It's a hard language to learn. I took Japanese classes in high school. It was rough.
So it is. Totemo muzakashi desu. And you know, to go back to what the man's legacy was, there's only one other person who I think you can compare his legacy to, and whether or not you think, and you tell me if you think this is accurate. I would compare his legacy to J.R.R. Tolkien's.
I would. Yeah, I would agree.
kinda.
I would
Yeah,
agree.
I can see
Modern
that.
day J.R.R. Tolkien. Yeah, I feel like a lot of like certain types of weebs would really be seething at that. Maybe.
Yeah,
Oh.
fuck them.
Oh yeah, fuck them, because like if it's
They're
not
like lolly,
Toriyama,
fuck them.
if it's not Toriyama, it might be Tezuka Osamu. Like
Who's that? I'm not. I don't-
he was the creator of okay, give me a moment. I need to try and you know hold in the weeb. He created yes, my instinct is
give
to
it
say
to me in English, please.
Yeah.
Give it
no,
a cheeseburger.
Cheeseburger. Ah, you fat bloody Americans.
Fucking
Little
bloody
White Castle.
Americans eating all your cheeseburgers. Bloody hell! I don't have to worry. At least I don't have to worry about getting shot while trying to do maths at school. And then I don't have to worry about getting a $1 million fucking dollar bill in the mail after I get the ambulance to the hospital for getting shot while trying to do maths at school.
Imagine my shock.
What's with the English accent?
Australian
sound
English.
like
It's all the same.
Sound like a
You guys
Monty
are
Python
just
character.
another British colony, just like Canada. Look, it's all the same.
Y'all still have the cross. Y'all still have the cross.
Again, I am not some disgusting, degenerate, tea-chucking piece of rubbish.
Oh, dingo.
All right. Let's
Didgeridoo, mate.
let's
Yo,
get back on
didgeridoo.
topic here. I just
Okay,
wanted to
yeah.
make a little joke. Let's get back. Let's not have any ethnic tensions here, okay?
It's not. Yeah, it's
I
not so
want
race
all
war.
of the ethnic tensions. I want to go on a whole anti-English tirade.
Yeah. Well, let's wrap it up on Toriyama. If anyone else has anything they would like to say, because I actually have thought of a couple more things while listening to you guys. So.
Okay, well, just let me say, arigato gozaimasu, Toriyama Akira-sama.
Okay.
That'll be
English,
the
please.
last. Thank you very much, Lord Toriyama.
Okay. All right. I understood most of that. All right. So.
But I will not go. I will say Toriyama Akira instead of Akira Toriyama. I will follow the Japanese naming convention of family name before given name.
Weeb.
Yes,
Oh,
I
You're
am.
such a weeb, Jesus.
Weeb.
Yes,
Touch
I am.
grass. Touch grass. Do you? Okay. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I just want to ask you this one question. Would you actually want to move to Japan?
Oh, I've lived in Japan.
You have not.
Oh, damn.
I have.
Nah.
How did
I
that? How
lived
did that
from-
go for you, being a white person? How did that go for you?
Not that bad.
Really? Did you
Which
go
part?
outside much? Did you go outside much?
Yeah, I even went out Fem twice.
Did you ever like go to bars and pubs and stuff? Because from what I hear,
I went to a cross-dressing bar with one trans girl in Tokyo.
I hear. Well, yeah. Well, Tokyo. That's like that. Those are
Oh,
fucking.
that's
Those are fucking tourist areas. I mean, and going outside of the tourist areas here.
Well, I lived in Tokyo from January to November of last year.
Were you studying abroad or?
Yeah, I was.
See, I feel like that's a little bit different, especially if you're going to a lot of tourist areas, because I hear all kinds of
Well,
stories like, oh, you're not allowed in this
well,
establishment if you're not Japanese, like literal, like apartheid.
Well, I
Yeah,
wasn't.
yeah.
Well, I wasn't. Well, like I said, I was studying abroad, and I wasn't. I wasn't a tourist.
Well, I'm not saying you were a tourist. I'm just saying it sounds like you went to tourist areas where white people are more accepted.
Yeah,
Well, I was never like.
I've never been there. You're the one who's been there. So, I mean, you have more, experience than I do on the matter. I'm just telling you what I've read. I've read that, like, if you go outside of the tourist areas, you're not going to do so well being white. And you're not going to be considered, like, true Japanese or whatever. Even if you, like, understand the culture and, like, somehow get citizenship and speak the language fluently, like, it doesn't matter. You're not true Japanese. Like, that's kind of what I've heard.
I mean, maybe it's true. Maybe I was just really lucky and never affected me.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Well, like I said, you've been there. For a long period of time. I've never been there in my life. I've just read stuff. But anyway,
Yeah, I like to go back there after a few years.
Another thing I want to mention is the video games of Dragon Ball Z. A lot of people got into Dragon Ball Z not through the anime, but through the video games, even nowadays with like Dragon Ball Fighter Z and stuff. But back in my day, Budokai Tenkaichi. Those games.
Budokai, the original
Budokai as well. Yeah, I'm not gonna. But honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you. When I was a kid, I liked Budokai Tenkaichi better because I liked being able to fly around and destroy shit. And you know how kids are. It was. I liked it a lot better as a kid. Now that I'm an adult, I actually like the Budokai 1 and 3 better. Not too big of a fan of 2. But
I think 2 is underrated. I think 2 is underrated.
Agree. I like Budokai too.
I like the gameplay of like the fighting mechanics, but I didn't care for the story mode. I like the story mode.
I like Budokai 1's cinematic approach, but better in all the later entries.
Okay, I'm gonna have an even hotter take. I think Dragon Ball Z Sagas is an underrated game.
Ooh, now we're talking. That I could get behind.
Is it objectively a good game? No. But is it fun as fuck to play with your friends? Hell yes. It is such a fun fucking time.
Blast.
But what
that is exactly what Team 4-Star said when they did their Dragon Ball Z video games DBcember.
Oh, yeah. Well, I actually never watched that, so I'm not copying and pasting any opinions here. This is straight from Darkscythe here. I'm not getting it from anybody else. This is my opinion.
I believe you.
And I own the game. I actually own all the Dragon Ball Z games on PS2, except for Budokai Tenkaichi 3, because it costs $3 bajillion to buy, god damn it. But,
why don't you just emulate it?
I can. I have Tenkaichi 3 on the Wii. Which isn't so bad, but I have it emulated, I have it downloaded, I have the ISO, I think, on my computer.
I jailbroke my PS3, and now I can play emulated game. PS2 games on that.
It's so fun.
I like playing.
Oh yeah.
Wait, you jailbroke your PS3? You said?
Yes.
Yeah, I want to do that. My PS3 is in the storage unit right now, unfortunately. Actually, maybe not. Actually, it might be in a box here at home, now that I think about it, but I don't know where the cords are. Well, anywho, I would like to have
to you, Nikki.
An original...
It's calling to you.
I would like to have an original copy of Budokai Tenkaichi 3 for the PS2, just to and put it in my actual PS2, and just to have that true, actual... authentic, that's the word I'm looking for, authentic experience with the game. I would like to do that, so maybe someday I'll find it at a Goodwill somehow, inshallah, for like $5 or something.
Chala head chala.
Chala head chala. There you go.
But
yeah, the video games were such a... Huh?
You didn't get angry over that weebism, did you?
No, I didn't. I appreciated it.
It was funny.
Yeah, it was funny. It was funny. But yeah, the video games just had such an impact on my childhood as well. So none of us even really mentioned the video games.
Yeah.
They got me through my childhood. Like, honestly, they kept me
Yeah.
sane. And especially the Budokai and the Budokai Tenkaichi games. I'm skeptically looking forward to Tenkaichi 4, although
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of games nowadays.
Yeah,
But anyway,
it hasn't been a good couple of years.
Rourke, to get back to a central point, did you have more to say on Akira Toriyama?
Did you play Budokai
yeah.
2?
Actually,
You good?
hello, can you?
You're cutting
Hello?
out a little
You're
bit.
breaking
Can you
up.
hear me?
Yeah. You're breaking up a little bit. Well, while Rourke is getting their mic situation,
Mic
yeah, you're still cut.
test.
On a beat booping.
Yeah, it's still you might want to plug it in and unplug it or something. But a chatter
Yeah.
said, "What do you think about the mods people do for Tenkaichi 3? I know they just changed the models and stuff, but I think it's really cool. It is really cool.
Oh, I love it.
I
love
want to
them.
do the mods for Tenkaichi 3 because there's like so many ridiculous shit. You can have like Super Saiyan 4 or excuse me, Super Saiyan 5 from like Dragon Ball AF. That shit is lit.
That's
I-
OG.
Now I don't know
Don't
if
say I've
anyone in
I'm sure I've
chat
played any, sorry.
I don't know if anyone in chat or in this call is old enough to remember this, but I'm a fucking what they call an old head, okay? I remember when, you know, like the early days of the internet, okay? Back when AOL was still somewhat relevant.
Yeah.
Sorry, I got a little distracted. When AOL was still relevant, and so those kinds of days. We're talking about like mid 2000s here.
Yeah.
I remember me and my uncle talking about Dragon Ball AF and all of the rumors that were surrounding it on like message boards and Google and so on and so forth, where these images were just released from Japan. This is what Super Saiyan 5 looks like. Of course, the Super Saiyan 5 was made by just like this one guy who, by the way, I follow on Instagram. Very talented artist and emulates Toriyama's style very well. I'm actually gonna pull up a picture of Super Saiyan 5 real quick.
Yeah, with the big fucking
because
Sephiroth gray hair.
it just looked
I
so
I know exactly
cool.
what it looks like.
And it just made me so excited for quote unquote Dragon Ball AF to come to America on television. And I mean, this went on for years where all of this speculation and stuff for and there's like videos about it on YouTube and whatnot.
It's like Pepe Sylvia.
Yeah, but there's Super Saiyan 5 for those who haven't seen. And what's interesting is a lot of people thought that was Goku, but that actually wasn't Goku. That was a different character that this person made. I believe their name is Tablos. So if you want to look up this artist who made this character, they go by @TablosAF on Instagram. And they post their art on there, and they make like whole like doujinshis and stuff like that. And it just sparked my imagination so much. And I love the Super Saiyan 5 design. I love it more than Super Saiyan God or Super Saiyan God 2 or and yes, when I say Super Saiyan God 2, I mean Super Saiyan God Blue, but that sounds so dumb. Or just Super Saiyan Blue. That sounds so dumb. Super Saiyan God 2 sounds better. So I don't want to hear it. And then or even like Ultra Instinct or any of that. It looks so much fucking cooler than any of that shit.
I want to say something that's about this image that I find kind of interesting.
Yeah, sure.
It kind of reminds me of the way Broly looks in the 2018 Super Broly movie.
Yeah, he's fucking jacked, dog. Like he's a fucking muscly ass fuck. He's a fucking badass, and like
it's mainly the green that like.
And the Super Saiyan 4 transformation, was my favorite. So taking the Super Saiyan 4 transformation and making it look even cooler, I was just so hyped. And again, this is like the early internet, so we don't have fact checkers, we don't have, any of this stuff. So it's all hearsay, it's all rumors, it's all everything.
We didn't have Snopes.
Right, we didn't have Snopes, we didn't have anything. All we had was message boards of people being like, "Oh my god, look at this leak from Japan on Dragon Ball AF." Came from Japan, yes. Like, it was crazy. It was crazy, and it's just... It was a disappointment when I realized that when I finally had the news broken to me that Dragon Ball AF wasn't real and it was just a fan-made thing. But
Santa Claus isn't
real. And then we got Dragon Ball Super instead, which, look guys, I'm gonna be honest, Dragon Ball Super has its moments, but I think I like Dragon Ball AF better. I'm gonna be real. I think I would have preferred Dragon Ball AF over Dragon Ball Super. I'm just gonna be honest with you.
Super's mid. Super's incredibly mid.
It has its moments. Here's some things I really like about Super. I really like that that it has more like slice of life moments than Dragon Ball Z did, because Dragon Ball Z was very few and far between, and I loved them every time they happened. So when Dragon Ball Super, they kind of kicked that up a notch and put more and more like slice of life moments. Like, for instance, the Battle of Gods movie. There was so much cute slice of life shit, and this might even be a bigger hot take, and you guys can tell me how you feel about it. I've always wanted a Dragon Ball slice of life anime. Not to say that there's no fighting in it whatsoever, but not like, this is a new villain that's gonna destroy the entire universe and blah 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 blah. Just
find out on Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, find out next time on the next exciting episode of Dragon Ball Z. Like, no, like just a slice of life anime that's very chill most of the time, and then have some like goofy fighting scenes and stuff like that. I don't know if maybe what's the new Dragon Ball series that Toriyama was involved with that's coming out? Dragon Ball Daima, I think. Maybe that's what that's gonna be, perhaps. Which, if that's the case, I would really enjoy that, because that's something I've wanted for a really long time. But that's something I like better about Dragon Ball Super. And I really liked the Goku Black arc. I know a lot of people had their complaints with that, but I had my complaints with it too, but I still enjoyed it. The Tournament of Power arc went on for way too long. They could have cut that down like a lot. I swear, like half the fucking show is the Tournament of Power arc had really good fucking animation. Really good anime. I mean, that shit was top fucking notch. That was the best Dragon Ball Super ever got, especially compared to like early Super, where the fucking underpaid, tired, fucking panting ass animators were cutting corners and all that stuff. And I'm not saying that's their fault. They're being underpaid, overworked. The fucking work culture in Japan is fucking terrible. But it looked like shit. It doesn't matter why it looked like shit. It looked like shit. But the Tournament of Power arc, that shit looked fucking amazing.
Exactly, it did.
It just went on for too long. They could have cut that in like half, or maybe even just like 3/4, at least.
Yeah. I would say like since we're talking about like slice of life, what I thought would have been like really interesting is like, imagine like right after the Cell games and like at the start of like, not necessarily the Boo arc, but let's say the Great Salmon arc, instead of it actually like moving on to the Boo arc, it just became like Dragon Ball Z basically became like a slice of life anime, with Gohan,
Yeah,
growing up
the
and all
the
that.
Great Saiyaman arc you're talking about, right?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
one of my
yeah.
favorite arcs. A lot of people complain about it. It's one of
Yeah.
my favorites. I love.
It was cute.
I get so cute. I go back and watch it all the time. A lot of people complain about it, but I love it.
Honestly, I think like it would have been like the ultimate curveball if like Toriyama just like made Dragon Ball Z into a slice of life.
Also,
anime.
someone said, actually, there's a lot of chats I haven't read. The mods from AF are sick as fuck, not gonna lie. Dope as hell playing the OC from AF2. Yes, that's exactly what I was talking about, and that was one of my favorite mods for Tenkaichi. By the way, too crazy. Toyotoro now works in Dragon Ball Super. He used to draw on some AF stuff, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, that's true. That's true. There is someone who drew AF stuff that does work on Dragon Ball Super. Which, of course, do we even know what's gonna happen with Super at this point? Like, that's just kind of up in the air at this point, isn't it? We got Dragon Ball Daima announced, but I don't even think we know what's gonna be happening with Super, which is kind of unfortunate.
It's gonna get the old Yeller treatment probably.
And what sucks is that I actually like some of the stuff in the Super manga. Like, I actually enjoyed the Moro arc and the Granola arc and stuff.
No, fucking.
I know.
Those fucking food puns.
Yeah,
God, that's another thing we'll
the
miss about
fucking food
Toriyama. The
names.
food.
Yes,
Yeah.
old Toriyama. Oh God. Yeah, but
Toriyama probably still has some outlines.
Andrew, do you know anything about that? About what's gonna happen with Dragon Ball Super? Do you have any inside information, Miss Japan?
Yeah, did you steal anything from Japan? Any intel?
Hold on. I just want to. I don't think my connection was working for a little while. I just had to, I just had to fiddle with the settings for a bit. Am I coming through good?
Yes, you are. We
You
have a
sound great.
correspondent on the ground in Japan. Correspondent Ander, can you tell us any news that there may be about anything upcoming on Dragon Ball Super?
Well, your memory is bad because I said I was only in Japan until November of last year.
Have any on the ground news about Dragon Ball Super in the future of the show?
I'm afraid I don't, but if I were to guess, Toriyama probably had a few notes prepared for what he would have wanted to do with Super.
Well, I mean, we have like a shitload of manga at this point to go off of, right? Like
I'm pretty far behind on the manga. I haven't even finished the Moro arc.
oh, you are far behind. I to be honest, I didn't finish the Granola arc either, but I enjoyed what I saw of that. The only thing I don't like about these newer arcs is it's always got to be the fate of the whole world is in the balance. The fate of the whole universe even is in the balance, and it's just like, can we lower the stakes just a little bit here? Can we just have a guy that's just killing people that we need to take care of? Like, do we have to have the stakes so fucking high? You guys are making me shit my pants over here.
I was just thinking that maybe it can be somebody who just wants to kill Goku.
Yeah, have another Android saga where it's like, yeah, the stakes are high, but like not through the fucking roof.
They're high, but they're personal.
Yeah, exactly. It's not like, whoa, I am going to eat the whole universe, like with fucking Moro. Like, Jesus Christ, guys, let's kick it down a couple notches. Gennady says,
I'm just going to eat you.
Gennady says, ironically, the first Dragon Ball show didn't have that much fighting. It was mostly straight up adventure series for the most part. That is true. And
yeah,
I don't even know if I agree because there were like 3 tournament arcs. Like 4, technically.
Yeah, there was, but there was a lot less fighting than in Z or GT or Super.
I don't know. I think I think it's more that Dragon Ball Z was just more like violent, and the villains were more like evil.
The villains were more powerful and the stakes were higher, like I was talking about, yeah. But you have to agree, there was less fighting in the original Dragon Ball.
Yeah, because it started off as more like a comedy, like a comedy series. So.
All right, well, agree to
Well, yeah, that is true.
agree to disagree. I enjoy Super, but not the best thing off course. But have cool shit like the social effect people did in the tournament. Power was crazy as fuck. The classic era is always gonna be my favorite. I know I have some jokes that didn't. I know. Sorry, your English is a little off. No offense. I know it has some jokes that didn't age well, but besides that, there are beautiful moments there. I still remember it like yesterday reading the Piccolo arc. Yeah, the original Dragon Ball definitely had some less than stellar moments that my girlfriend kind of reminded me of, and I'm just like, that doesn't sound very good. I actually haven't watched the original Dragon Ball in like over 10 years. I'm gonna be honest with you. I've seen like clips of it on YouTube.
Time.
It was a different time. That's true. But good God, there is some.
God damn it, Japan.
Yeah, not all of it has aged well.
Yeah, like there were like I don't even remember this, but my girlfriend was telling me about one scene where Oolong was trying to date R-word Bulma, and there was like a whole like thing about it, and I was like, oh my God, I don't remember that.
There was some creepy shit.
I actually, when I was a kid, I actually never watched the original Dragon Ball. I only watched Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball GT. I actually never watched the original Dragon Ball. I started watching that when I was like 12, which I guess I still was a kid, but I was like an older kid when I was like 12, 13. Older kid, not younger kid. And I didn't really understand the ramifications of a lot of those things, so yeah. Did you whisper to me?
You were talking about how Dragon Ball had problematic stuff, and I just
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay, that must have been what Kai heard. Yeah. Yeah, my girlfriend's in the background, by the way. Everybody say hi to my girlfriend.
Hello there,
She's
Kai.
Hello.
I can't hear anything.
I was mainly talking to the chat, but the people in the call also said hello.
Greetings.
Greetings, Earthling.
I did hear greetings.
Dating an alien, by the way.
Greetings.
You sound,
She's from
That's so based.
She
you sound like a sweetheart.
She is from planet Zarkon.
I'm
You know that reference? You gotta know that
Greetings,
reference.
Zarkon.
Planet Zarkon?
Wait.
I must return to my home planet. Planet Zarkon. There you go. It's UHF for those who didn't know.
Just in the background.
Hi, Scar.
Yes.
Hi.
It's actually
That's not Weird Al movie, isn't it?
yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Okay,
sorry.
I haven't seen it.
So,
I just know of it.
the same person says, "Sorry, my English is poor as fuck." Hey, no problems. You can type all you want. I can at least. It's a little hard for me to read, but I can I can put the pieces together and understand what you're saying at the very least. So, I totally get it.
Yeah, don't worry about it. I don't speak any
You're
language
trying
so
your
good.
best.
Yeah, I'm just a dumb white American. All right, you don't want to listen, you don't want to understand. So finish up your drink and go
Yeah.
home. All right.
Hey, don't sell yourself short like that. There are plenty of really, really stupid Australians as well.
There's stupid people in every country of the world. I mean, that's
Listen,
that's just
Listen, you look at
fact.
You look at one dumb person, and then you realize there are 10 people who are dumber than him. All right, just look at that. That's how I always look at it.
Oh god, that is
The
bleak.
OG Dragon Ball surprisingly had a lot of sex jokes and a lot of R-word jokes too. And it's funny because back when I was a kid, it had a reputation of being a show for kids. And I guess because they watched it on TV censored. So that's why I kind of stayed away from it, because I was like, well, I don't want to watch a little kid's show. I want to watch the big kid's show, like Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball GT. But then finally my morbid curiosity got a hold of me, and I watched the uncensored DVDs of the original Dragon Ball, and I was like, oh my fucking god! This is not a kid's show in the slightest!
You
The
hit the
moment
gold
like
mine.
the moment Goku got way too close to Bulma, that moment I just said, nah, this is kind of creepy. I don't like this.
Yeah,
Oh, come on, go.
oh my god, I remember one time I was
Come on, she was the first. She was the first human he'd ever interacted with, aside from his grandmother, from his grandfather. He didn't know better.
It's true, but it's more about like what was Toriyama cooking there, huh? Was that scene really necessary? Did you really have to play it out in that particular way? I remember one time I was watching a clip of it on YouTube because I was trying to remember how bad it was, and I was like, oh my god. And someone in the comments goes, "Yeah, Goku, you smacked that pussy." And I'm just like, please stop. Oh my god. No. Bad dog. Bad dog.
Younger.
I mean, honestly, it was probably worse in the manga.
When I was younger.
Yeah, someone was saying the manga had some Jeffrey Epstein moments. I've never read the original Dragon Ball manga. I've read most of the Dragon Ball Z manga. There is no GT manga. I've read the parts of the Super manga that haven't been in anime form. I've never read the original Dragon Ball manga. So is it even worse in that?
I mean, kind of. I think it's more that. Okay. to think of one specific example where.
Trying
Goku
to get too graphic
is...
so I don't get like age restricted or anything.
Yes, don't worry about it. I know how to use finesse. Don't worry about that.
Yeah. Okay, I was just making sure.
Okay. Anyway, so remember from the, I am trying to explain things tame.
Oh my god, I'm sorry.
Ander has the floor, everybody. Ander has the floor. Okay. You may speak.
You will be sorry.
Ander, get to your point, goddammit. Fuck!
Today, Junior.
I'm trying, but you bloody Americans keep slowing me down!
Okay, well I told everybody to shut the fuck up and you have the floor, so go on.
So without further ado, okay, in one of the earliest scenes, when Goku is noticing some differences in between his body and Bruma's, that's the name Bruma. I'm not going to use the localized bastardization. Anyway, and yeah, he removes her underwear. The anime keeps the camera on his head as he's doing that. The manga pulls back and shows him removing them.
Yeah, that.
I see. Yeah, I don't know if I want to read that, to be honest. Look, not everything Toriyama has done has been the most stellar. All right, everybody's legacy is complicated. Okay.
Aside from that, I don't think that's probably the only thing that's really more Epstein-ish compared to the anime.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's I'm gonna be honest. I prefer. You know what's weird about the original Dragon Ball is like it's the first like arc where most of the weird shit happens. It gets relatively innocuous after that first arc. You just have to get through that first arc and then it's pretty innocuous from that point on for the most part. Not saying that there isn't anything, but I feel like
more or less.
Yeah. It's just that first arc is a little.
Yeah, you can say after a while it gets a little tame.
It gets a little tame. Yes, that's true.
Yeah, like I've never read Dr. Slump. This Dragon Ball was Toriyama's first series after Dr. Slump. I wonder how much of Dr. Slump carried over into in that first arc of Dragon Ball.
And I want to clarify about something I said about like Toriyama's legacy. It's not a Toriyama thing. It's really more of a Japan thing. Japan just has a really weird fucking culture, and that's not an excuse, but that is the reason. Like Japan's culture is just fucked. Like they didn't ban child pork until very relatively recently. I don't remember what year it was, and it'd be kind of weird if I had that memorized, but it was relatively recently, and lolicon and stuff like that is like very prevalent in their culture. You can't go to most hentai sites without like stumbling across it, unfortunately.
It like flashbangs you every time.
Yeah, and it's just like, ugh, oh god, I just want big titty MILF mommies. I don't want any of this shit.
Yeah.
Please.
Please.
I try to use the
Listen,
ones where you can
There's
use
also-
tags, so you can filter out that type of shit. But yeah, it's
There's
just
also
a really
them being
gross
lax.
culture.
There's also the case of, if you remember what happened to Rurouni Kenshin's mangaka. Like, the shit he did, and also, like, how lax his punishment was, that was not good at all.
I don't actually know about that. I'm a fan of Rurouni Kenshin. I grew up on it, watching it on Toonami. So, what happened there?
Oh no.
Again, is clean as you can possibly explain it.
As
Okay,
PG
so-
as humanly possible.
Alright, I'll make it as terms of service as possible.
Yes.
So in
yes.
2017, the police found Rurouni Kenshin's mangaka. They found DVDs with footage of terms of service in their early terms of service in
Did
Watson's
it?
office.
Oh, in the early terms of service. Oh no. Oh no.
The search uncovered about 100 terms of service DVDs.
Oh my
He was
Wow.
referred to the process. I'm reading.
Jeez.
I'm
He
reading.
pulled
I'm
an
reading. I'm
OBA.
gonna read an article.
Oh no. Wait.
So
what?
he has
Yeah. Get to the. I want to know the punishment because I imagine it was very lax compared to what it'd be in the States.
Okay, get ready. He got a total of 0 days in jail and was fined 200,000 yen, or $1,000, and that's it. He's still making the money.
He got how many days in jail?
Remember to 0
0.
None.
0.
and 200,000
What the
yen,
fuck?
which is like that's like nothing.
Yeah, I was about to say, how much is that in USD? I'm gonna look that up real quick.
$1,000. $1,800.
Oh
A
my
thousand.
god. I'd get fined more than that for spray painting a police precinct. Are you kidding me?
I would say if I smoked a joint, I get shot. What the fuck?
No, you're white. You wouldn't get shot. You'd just get probation. It's okay. But look,
Oh wait. Don't worry. Not just that.
Still
After
harsher
paying the
than what he got.
$200,000 fine, Watsky was suspended for 6 months before he came back to work.
oh my god. Was it with pay? Did they give him the cop
it doesn't
treatment?
say.
6 months with pay? Oh, Jesus. That is... Oh, God.
I hope so.
God damn
I
it,
hope
Japan.
so.
You mean you hope not?
I hope. Yeah, I hope
Yeah.
not.
Yeah, I
Look,
know
I'm gonna be-
what you
I'm the
meant.
one who-
I know what you meant.
I'm the one who clip chimped. I'm gonna be
Yes,
clip chimped there.
yes. That's going on the Darkscythe out of context compilation. All right,
Got it.
No, we're
Alright.
starting work out of context.
work out of context.
New
There
series.
we go.
New series.
It's going on
Get it out
my
in the
channel,
open.
so it's
Any
gonna get even
investigation?
more views. People will see the
Oh, no.
truth. That
no.
that
It's
that
going to
that
get all the
Rourke-
views.
Work's real
Something.
face.
Rourke
Exploiting the labor of
said
work.
that Jared Fogle wasn't such a bad guy. Can't believe you said that. That was
I am
That
what
was
they
just
them.
uncalled for.
Vogel had a point.
Wait, what did you say?
I am work they them. Vogel had a.
Flip one.
Oh,
Flip
good
one.
Anyway.
lord.
Oh wait, that's one of the only justifications I have for giving my Twitter account because I am so proud of this interaction. Wait, I'm gonna pull up a screenshot
You-
of what I did.
You know what's really
Because it
fucked
relates
up?
to the non-
You know what's really fucked up? I was planning on rewatching Rurouni Kenshin, like, soon. That was a plan that I had, and now oh, Jesus Christ. I think I might just stick to Inuyasha, to be honest.
Yeah.
I'll just,
Better.
I liked
Better for
Inuyasha
you.
better anyway. And please,
Better is
God,
better
if the
for you.
creator of Inuyasha did something bad, I don't want to know. Please don't tell me. Ignorance is bliss.
Bro.
I'm sorry,
Don't worry,
Rage.
it's-
Sorry, Rage. I can't take it anymore.
Don't worry, I don't think, like, I've looked into Takahashi Rumiko as far as I can tell, she's
you know their name.
relatively clean. Yeah, of course I know her name.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. All right, so I'll just keep watching Inuyasha and we're good. Same show basically, except better. So there you go.
Okay, this
She
is not what
also
it's all
made,
about.
she also made the Rama Nibuno Ito.
Plus,
You
plus,
love it.
plus, 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 it has Kagome, which, by the way, I'm wearing a shirt with Kagome on it right now. So who's the
Let's
fucking
go.
weeb now?
Well, I'm wearing a, oh yeah, yeah, I'm wearing a shirt with Maleficent on it, so yeah, I guess you are the bigger weeb.
That's right. That's right. I don't need to know a single word of Japanese. I ween.
Oh, wait,
I mean,
I
before
don't
we
need to know
continue
any.
more anime talk,
Hakima-
did we already wrap up the...
Hachimashita.
Yeah, I think we're coming to we've went on about this for about an hour. I think we can wrap up this segment by just saying rest in peace, Toriyama. Your work meant a lot to me, and if anyone else has any final words for the segment, we can end it off. Not the whole stream, just
Yeah, well-
this particular segment.
all right, I'll say something.
As-
Akira Toriyama, his work meant a lot to me. I would say, like, you know, he really shaped a lot of my childhood. Thanks for the good times.
That's a good way to put it. Thanks for the good times. Thanks for the memories. Thanks for the memories. Thanks for the memories. Sorry, I had to...
Stop.
Oh, come on. I had to get a little emo up in here.
That's fine.
My last thing to say is that,
Huh?
like, despite, like, how little, like...
Toriyama,
this-
really?
Like,
Yeah, I found out last night. My partner woke me up out of my slumber to tell me, to show me that he had died, and I was like, God damn it, you have got to be kidding me. Second time that's happened, by the way. They also woke me up out of my sleep to tell me that Coolio died, which, fun fact, I've seen them in concert, like, near front row.
oh, man.
So,
Rest in
As-
peace. He's in
Sorry
the
about
gangster
that.
paradise now.
Speaking of...
yeah.
I learned
Speaking of
to,
passing,
I
Rest
learned
in peace,
Toriyama died
Toriyama.
as I was leaving work.
Rest in peace, Toriyama.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace,
Rest in
Coolio.
peace. Rest in peace,
Someone who
Toriyama. Your
also-
work meant more to me than either of these plebs.
Wrong.
Go,
I,
go to hell.
I was there for the Dragon Ball AF rumors. Were you
How the-
there for that? Were you there
How the hell
for
did you
that?
get here?
I was there
Kill-
for that. I
What's
went on the
happening?
Kill
floor.
it with the premiere of Dragon Ball Evolution.
Connoisseur!
No, let's just say we're all big fans. Does anybody else have anything to say?
I've already said everything.
Toriyama's
Right.
just like so many of my closest friends were like their entire like creative outlook on life or like their entire like entertainment like perspectives. It's all because of Toriyama, and for that I'm just so grateful for him. That's all I have to say. Rest
Oh
in
man, I
peace.
didn't even mention that. Like, when I was growing up, I drew a lot of Dragon Ball art myself.
Yeah, that was one last thing I wanted to say. Even now, whenever I make little doodles, the art is inspired by Toriyama's art style. And I didn't even mention his art style being used in the Dragon Quest games, which I also grew up on and I also loved.
Those are good games.
So I wanted to actually mention that real quick because Dragon Quest, aside from Pokemon, Dragon Quest was the first RPG, proper RPG that I ever played. Which Pokemon is a proper RPG too, but you know what I mean. Like not like first RPG that isn't Pokemon that I ever played was Dragon Quest. And so his art style was on the covers of those, and then in the more graphically, sufficient games like Dragon Quest 8 and onward, the gameplay itself was also Toriyama's art style as well. So had to mention Dragon Quest.
Toriyama has had a very, very distinctive art style.
And I love it.
Yeah, you look at it, it looks like Toriyama.
It's
like there's no
yes,
making
you
it.
can see it from a mile away. It is very original. It is very his own. It's his own. It's his own.
You
Yeah.
can see it from space. You can see it from
And
space.
you can see it from space, and it's more than you can say about anime nowadays. All right, now some of it looks really nice.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Some of it looks really nice. Okay, so I'm not saying all, but a lot of anime nowadays,
I mean-
it kind of looks like the same plasticky, shiny bullshit, and I hate it.
It looks like AI.
I'd say
Let's
that
let's-
Shinkai Makoto is able to, infuse his own style into his art.
I don't know who any of these people are. You gotta tell me what they make.
but he's-
Like,
Well, he's an anime movie director, though, so it's probably not the same thing.
That's not
like he is working with more money.
yeah, it's different with
So-
bigger budgets. Yeah, but I
But anyway,
like
he
the 90s.
But anyway, he directed Your Name in Tekinoko.
Okay, I don't think I've ever seen any of those. But I like the
You never
90s.
seen Your Name?
Probably not.
Like-
I assume not. I've
Oh.
never heard of it. I
What
like
about with you?
I don't care. I like the 90s and early 2000s art style for anime. And Toriyama's what got me into that. I mean, I like shit like Serial Experiments Lane. I like Evangelion. I like
Bebop.
Cowboy Bebop. Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah.
Yes,
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you.
yes. Love
Death
Cowboy
Note.
Bebop's art style. Death Note's that's a little later. That's when they kind of started to transition
Fair enough.
to. Yeah, that's a little after the cutoff. I think like anything after like 04, 05 is kind of when things started to quote unquote modernize. I think the latest show that I can think of that had the art style that I really like was Ghost in the Shell Standalone Complex. That was sort of the cutoff point for me. I can't think of any shows that came out after that had that specific kind of art style. That
I have the Ghost in the Shell
late
manga.
90s, early 2000s art style
Wait.
that I can think of.
Wait. Before anything, I love this discussion, but I think we should. I think no, because we've already said our pieces, right? So I think we should finally segment cut it. Segment cut and just
Yeah,
say
segment
final
over.
piece, rest
We've
in
said
peace.
everything we've needed to say. Rest in peace. All right, next subject. So,
go.
I received
next subject.
a comment.
Why we need to exterminating? Okay.
I received a comment on my Palestine video. The clip from the last stream. And I gotta tell ya, they were nice about it. They weren't mean to me. They treated me with respect. They're clearly a fan of mine. All right, so
They had decorum.
don't attack this person. Don't seek out this person and or any of that. But it did upset me. The lies and the distortions that they were peddling about this issue. And yes, I am talking about Israel-Palestine once again. I think this is going to be a pervasive subject that will keep coming up on the show since it is ongoing.
Was it current events?
Right, yeah, it's the biggest current event right now. And I'm gonna see if that okay. So I'm gonna crop this a little bit. And then it's pretty. It's a lot of text, so I might just fill up the whole screen and then take chat off for a second or put it under chat.
Big walls of
Yeah,
text.
it's a lot of text. So this person says
It's a leftist meme.
it's a leftist meme. Yes, this person's and the way they typed it was weird too. Like they kept like pressing enter when they didn't need to. I don't know. You could have just put a period and then start off with the next sentence. You didn't like the way they typed it was just it's painful in my eyes. But okay. I really dislike, and this screenshot is in this group chat, so you can read along if you like. I really dislike this whole Palestine and Israel war going on because it's a literal stalemate. Both sides have a legitimate argument to make and it never ends. First of all, stalemate? I don't think this is what a stalemate is. Last I checked, I'm pretty sure a stalemate is when... Now, you can correct me if I'm wrong. I could go look up the fucking definition right now if you want. But if we look up the definition of stalemate, maybe they meant it in a different context or something.
Yeah.
A situation in which further action or progress by opposing or competing parties seems impossible. Right, so I'm thinking like, like the trenches in like World War I, where, either side's barely making any gains, something like that. That is not what's happening in Gaza right now. It is not a stalemate. It is a complete, to use the term of this stream, rolling of one side into another side's territory. There is no further action that can be accomplished. They are literally furthering all the way to the tippy bottom, I should say, of Gaza, which is Rafah. That is not a stalemate.
Yeah. Let's say the Battle of Kurg was a stalemate.
Everyone.
This is not.
They're squeezing everyone. Like, so many land is like just completely empty after all their fucking bombing.
It's rubble.
Like, they're just squeezing everyone smaller and smaller.
Like it's literally reduced to nothing.
It's millions of people inside a city smaller than probably most major American cities.
Well, if I might interject, this is somewhat different from the definition of stalemate that I'm used to.
What's the definition you're used to? I'm just going by Google here. There's a second definition. Maybe that's what you're talking about. But yeah, the second.
Well, in Australia.
Before you get to that, just let me say this. Before you get to that, the second definition contradicts it even more. A position counting as a draw, in which a player is not in check but cannot move except into check. That's for chess. That's a stalemate. So they are still moving. They are moving further and further and further and further, and they have been the entirety of this conflict. So what's your definition of stalemate? And I'd like to know if it anywhere near aligns with what this person's trying to say.
I mean, I just wanted to make a lame joke, like a lame pun, but maybe this isn't the time for that. Sorry.
Maybe not. Yeah, it is a pretty serious issue. I mean, children are getting their fucking limbs blown off, for God's sake. Here's my personal take on the whole thing. I think if people truly want peace between both parties, there needs to be an effort to peace by both sides. Okay, I can agree with that. Can everyone else agree with that? Pretty good start aside from the stalemate.
Yes. Yeah.
Ideally, yeah. I think there should be an effort for peace by both sides. The only issue I have with that, though, is that Hamas has literally flat out said, we will exchange the hostages for a permanent ceasefire. They've said that they'll do that. So there have been attempts on to make an effort for peace on one side, but not the other. There is no attempt. Netanyahu has laid out explicitly what his plan is for the Gaza invasion. And that is the complete destruction of Hamas. What does that even mean? Hamas is an idea. How do you destroy an idea? All you're doing by all this death and devastation and bombing and brutality, you are creating more Hamases by doing that. You are taking this fringe idea and you are exploding it exponentially, just like the United States did back with their foreign policy post World War II, right? Like
literally,
like in the early '90s, right? Like the issue of extreme Islamist movements were these little terrorist cells that literally had absolutely no fucking power. But then we went in there and we fucking bombed the shit out of Iraq. We fucking took out Saddam Hussein. We fucking created all these fucking power vacuums in Iraq and Libya and all these different fucking places. And then what ends up happening? Someone needs to fill that fucking power vacuum that isn't a fucking weak-ass, shitty fucking puppet of the United States. So what ends up happening? These fucking extremist groups become emboldened. They get more people joining their ranks. It has happened time and time and time and time again. The entire rise of ISIS was a direct fucking result of the Iraq War.
Yep.
So, yes, there needs to be an effort for peace by both sides, but in reality, there is an effort for peace by one side, and then the other says, go fuck yourself, I'm gonna kill every last one of you. You know, we're gonna liberate Gaza even if we have to kill every last one of them. Right?
Even the hostage.
Yeah, even the hostages. Even the hostages. They don't give a fuck about the hostages. The IDF has killed how many hostages at this point? Maybe you know the number off the top of your head, Rurk.
What? Hello?
Did you hear any of that?
How many
I did,
hostages
but
has the IDF killed, Volk?
Yeah, how many hostages has
I don't
the IDF
have the
killed?
exact
You don't have
numbers,
the
but
number.
they have. I can
Okay.
confirm they have.
It was like,
Yeah, they definitely have. I've read. Let's see. How many hostages has? Of course, the auto result is has Hamas killed, which from what I understand is fucking zero.
yeah, none.
There in fact, this is not the exact, this is not the total number, but I'm talking about what the IDF itself has admitted. They've already admitted to killing at least three, so we know for a fact that they're...
This is from the Times of Israel, so maybe not the most unbiased source. The IDF is assessing unconfirmed intelligence, so take this with a grain of salt, that at least 20 additional hostages may have also been killed. The report said, quoting 4 military officers who spoke on the condition of anonymity. So I wonder what they were killed by.
Bomb.
But anyway, point is, the number doesn't matter. Also, I like how Wikipedia frames this. 32 hostages were reportedly killed in Hamas captivity, according to Israel. That's really interesting framing to say in Hamas captivity. But who actually killed them? Was it Hamas or was it the IDF? I imagine the overwhelming majority have been killed by the IDF. Because these hostages that are coming out, that are actually the few hostages that have been released, are saying, yeah, they treated us great. They gave us good doctors, and they gave us food, they gave us water, they treated us well. Because it makes them look good to do that. It's politically expedient for them to do that. Right?
Yeah, it's an act of fucking praxism.
Yeah, it's not to say, oh, Hamas is so humanitarian for treating their hostages well.
Yeah,
it's just me saying that the fact of the matter is they have, whether it's for selfish reasons or optics reasons or not, they have. Okay, so then they say, I'll give you some examples starting with Israel. I personally believe Israel needs to let off some of the settlements that they have. Some of the settlements? How about all? How about all of the settlements?
Just teeny tiny amount of settlements. Most of them you can keep.
How about, yeah, like, do you understand how many settlements there are at this point? Take a look at the 67 borders and take a look at it now. It's a lot of fucking settlements. So what do you mean by some? How about all? How about we at least go back to the 67 borders? Is that too much to fucking ask? If you would have just said that, then I would have been like, okay, yeah, sure, whatever.
It's at least the most somewhat reasonable fucking argument.
Yeah, like some. What do you mean, 1 or 2? I'm not trying to be like uncharitable here, but like, what do you mean some? What do you mean some? How about all? How about every single last fucking settlement, illegal settlement that has been declared to be illegal by numerous international courts? How about we get rid of all of them, right? Or Or better yet, how about we just have a one-state democracy where Jews and Arabs and Muslims and Jews all have a right to self-determination and democracy, right? And then of course, the argument against that is, oh, well, then there's going to be a bunch of damn Arabs and a bunch of damn Muslims, overriding our democratic power. Okay?
And?
I don't care. This is the same fucking argument that white supremacists make. We need to bring back segregation because of the Great Replacement, because the Democrats are bringing in all these minorities that are going to vote against us and our interests, so we need to make our own ethno-state. It's the same fucking thing!
Yeah, it always goes
Exactly.
back to that.
Exactly the same thing.
Yes, that they have on Palestine because it really hinders the process for peace. Every last settlement hinders the process for peace, not just some of them, alright? So that's point one. Or that's point, I don't even know how many points we're at this point. They need to be more willing to give Palestine more freedom and work to a path to where Palestine has its own state, and they're probably going to have to bear some attacks from Palestine, and for every 3 IDF soldiers being killed, they cannot go in and kill 50 civilians every damn time. 50 civilians is pretty charitable, I would say.
That's a little liberal.
It's a very liberal estimate. It's more like 500, but sure, yeah, we'll say 50.
Even more than that.
Well, depends on what
mean,
conflict we're talking about. This conflict
at
is
least-
literally 30,000, so
Yeah, at
quite a
least-
bit more than 50.
At least
Yeah.
the sentiment isn't too bad.
Right. I can agree.
Yeah.
I can agree with the sentiment. Sure. Although I don't like the framing. This has literally been the history
Well,
for
sure.
Israel. Okay. I also agree, but again, don't care for the framing. Now, for the Palestinian side, there needs to be a massive de-radicalization in the Palestinians. You have to at least acknowledge that the Palestinians want violence, and not Hamas or the PLO. No. What? You have to at least acknowledge that the Palestinians want violence and not Hamas or the PLO. What does that mean?
What?
If they want violence, doesn't that mean they want Hamas? That doesn't even
Yeah,
make
'cause
it.
isn't
That's
that-
contradictory. That doesn't even make any sense. The Palestinians
is
clearly don't want violence because they're having bombs dropped on them every single fucking day. I don't think the Palestinians want violence at all. I think they'd rather, be able to fucking go about their day and watch TV and fucking jerk off and not have to worry about bombs being dropped on them. I don't think any of the Palestinian citizens want fucking violence.
Yeah, none.
Maybe in retaliation, maybe, but who wouldn't? If your fucking kid got his whole fucking body blown up by a bomb from the IDF, would you not want retribution for that? I sure as shit would. You kidding
See,
me?
who wouldn't?
Alright, so, whatever. They cannot think that, or have that thought, because if they do, why would they ever push for peace when they think violence is the solution for freedom? What?
What? That makes no fucking sense. What?
So, you say Palestinians don't want Hamas, but or the PLO for that matter, or Fatah, but they do want violence, and they think that violence is the solution for freedom, which is what Hamas believes. Therefore, that means they want Hamas. You're contradicting yourself, bro. You should have fucking proofread this. Like what are you going on about? And if it happens that Hamas would literally not exist anymore because there'd be no purpose for them any longer, and then you can start talking about pushing for a two-state solution path that everyone's been talking about. But until then, I don't see an end to this war anytime soon. It's only going to get bloodier as the war continues. Okay, so how in the ever-living fuck are you going to get these people to push for peace when you won't stop bombing the ever-living shit out of them? How are you going to get these people and starving to death? Literal, it's a damn near famine happening there. How are you going to get these people to push for peace when they have absolutely no fucking hope whatsoever? Anyway, they said, anyways, great video, Nicole. I mean, Darkscythe, it's been a while the more I think about it. So here's my reply to it. I say I can't really say I agree. The relentless bombing of Gaza, the blockades, the open-air prison, the lack of hope is what created Hamas. Let's not forget that Israeli officials themselves funded Hamas back in the 80s to kneecap their more reasonable secular opponent Fatah, because it looks better when you're fighting against an insane radical Islamist murderers rather than a more rational left-wing secular government like Fatah. Israel has all the power to de-radicalize Palestine by making Hamas completely politically useless by giving them hope, taking the giant boot off their neck so they can breathe. Palestinians have two choices, like I said: die or join Hamas. And die. There is no hope for them, and they desperately need hope. My country can aid in this as well by cutting off aid and weapons to Israel until Israel agrees to a permanent ceasefire and Hamas releases all hostages, which they have agreed to do many times before. Thank you for watching and supporting the channel nonetheless. You can call me Darkscythe or Nicole, it makes no difference to me. Oh god, my throat's hurting. That was a lot of talking.
Yeah.
Wait,
Drink
wait.
some water.
I tried not to say anything for this portion because I think you did a great job, like, addressing the whole comment. This is not directed towards the person, like you said.
Yeah.
It's just that I just want to express my annoyance that I've talked about earlier. It's just, I hate the framing that Palestinians, you gotta stop the violence, man. You gotta push for peace. They've done that for decades. Sorry, this is actually something I've read up on. They have tried so hard to boycott, to do sit-ins, to block stuff, and you know what? People didn't respond. What did they hear from the media? Nothing. They got no coverage. They got no publicity.
Nothing.
Putting
Also, like,
sorry, I thought you were done.
wait.
I'm sorry. Continue.
last thing I'll say, that's the mainstream media, and what Israel did in response to all of those, like, non-violent resistance acts, curfews, harassments, beat-ups, even shots with rubber bullets. That's how they respond when Palestinians try to push for peace. Thank you. Sorry. You can go.
No, I completely agree. And putting the Palestinian citizens aside, I mean, in whatever they're doing, whether it be peaceful or not peaceful, you know, like throwing rocks at tanks or whatever they're doing, or shooting fucking bottle rockets at the wall of Israel. What about all the UN resolutions that have been blocked by the United States in order to, you know, achieve a more peaceful agreement in the region? You know, and like this is just an issue where everybody, every country in the world, especially the United States, has completely dropped the ball on for almost a damn near fucking century at this point, right?
Yeah, it's been a while.
I mean, it all started with the British, because everything fucking starts with the British, and that's how we got here.
Those damn Brits again.
It always goes back to the British, I'm telling you. If it doesn't go back to the British, it goes back to fucking America. 90% of the time.
Mel Gibson was wrong. The English are responsible for the wars.
Yeah.
It's just... Yeah, I mean, I don't know what else to say. It just makes me really angry that when people put more responsibility on the Palestinians themselves, when they have absolutely no power whatsoever to solve these issues. While Israel has the biggest military and is the most well-funded country, probably, or at least one of them, in the whole Middle East, and is backed by the world's sole superpower. This country that has all the power, all the just everything.
Yeah, the resources. And
but
everything.
You're gonna say no. It's the starving and impoverished and brutalized Palestinians that have absolutely no political power whatsoever, have absolutely no power in anything internationally. They're not even a fucking state, for God's sake. They don't even have control over their own airspace, over their own water. They don't have control over anything. Yet you expect them to be the ones to fix this problem. Because I'll give you a fucking newsflash. Okay? Israel did not give them a two-state solution before Hamas. They were encroaching on more and more and more territory after the 67 war. Before Hamas ever fucking existed, as far as I understand. I don't think Hamas even existed until, like, the 80s.
Around the 80s, yes.
Yeah, and it was, and before Hamas took power in Gaza, not the West Bank, but Gaza, in, 06, before that, Fatah was in control of everything. And Fatah was constantly trying to negotiate for a two-state solution. Was constantly trying to find a peaceful solution for this issue. And yet, that wasn't working. They were still keeping the Gazans in an open-air prison. Of course, yeah, they stopped the occupation back in 05, but now they're occupying them again, so we're back to square fucking one. Right?
Yeah.
So, I just... Let's not both sides this. Okay? Because this is not a complicated issue. This is one side that has all the power, all the money, all the weapons, all the military, every fucking thing, the political power, the backing of major U.S. nations,
Give me a minute with that.
normalization of relations with other Arab countries. They have all of this fucking power. And these Palestinians have nothing. So let's not fucking make any false equivalencies here. Let's not conflate. They're not the same.
Exactly.
Israel has all the power in this situation. And Israel has the power to end this today. Not tomorrow. Not 3 weeks from now. Not 3 years from now. Today. They just choose not to. Because they are the most far right-wing government Israel's ever had. And they
I'm back.
want nothing but complete and total annihilation. They don't care about humanity. They don't care about civilians. They don't care about women. They don't care about children. They don't care about fucking anybody that isn't an Israeli, a true Israeli citizen. Everyone else can go fuck themselves with a 12-foot dildo. That's the Darkscythe rant.
Well put. Very well put.
True.
Thank you.
I just want to add something.
Absolutely.
Just to like really like.
Yeah, give my voice a break,
There's
please.
something. All right. This is from this statistic shocked me when I was reading it in the academic article I was reading about Palestinian nonviolence. But this statistic kind of shocked me because it's not even from like a Palestinian source or from they call that from like for a resistance thing. This is from the IDF themselves, the IDF itself, about the 1987 Intifada. The IDF itself reported that the second Intifada was 97% non-violent. 90 fucking 7.
The second
It was
Intifada?
the 1987, I think so. No, 1987. I think that was the first.
The first Intifada, yeah, because I know the second Intifada, that was the violent one. That was the...
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I was about to say, that's
when-
not what I've heard. Okay,
that's-
so first Intifada, yes. The first Intifada was very non-violent. Yeah, you're absolutely right.
And you know what happened in that 97% non-violent one? Palestinians were imprisoned or under administrative detention. Women and man.
Yeah,
just
I mean, there are so many stories of peaceful protesters, maybe not completely peaceful. Again, maybe they're throwing rocks or something. But I mean, throwing rocks, really, and then they respond with fucking rockets.
Sounds devastating.
Yeah, like, are you really gonna respond to rocks with rockets? Really? I remember there's this one talk show host. He put it perfectly, and I'm probably gonna butcher what he said. I wish I could find the clip, but I really don't feel like looking for it. But basically, he words it like this. Now let's say I go to Rourke's house, and let's say Rourke owns a house. It's under their name and everything. They bought it. And I go to Rourke's house, and I say, Rourke, I want you to know that this is actually my house. Because, you see, my great-grandparents owned this house. And since my great-grandparents owned this house, that makes it my house. And then Rook is like, well, no, it's not your house. I legally bought it. Your great-grandparents sold it. I bought it. It's my house. It's under my name. And I say, well, no, because my family owned it, so that means it's mine. Right? And Rook says, what are you talking? Get the fuck out of here. What are you talking about? Right? So then I pull out a gun and I put it to their head. And I'm like, no, this is my house and you're going to get out right now. And Rook doesn't want me to blow their fucking brains out. So they get the fuck out, right? And I fucking stay in that house. And they move to the house next to me. And they're really frustrated because I took their house by force. So one day, they start fucking throwing rocks at my house. Because they're angry that I took their fucking house. And I'm like, Rook, you better stop that. You better stop that rock throwing. It's gonna be bad if you don't. I told you this is my house, so you stay away from my property. They don't stop. They keep throwing rocks. They break my window. So you know what I do? I take out an RPG-7. And I blow them up and I blow up their entire fucking house. Is that just? For me to do that? Because my fucking grandparents or great-grandparents happened to own that house eons ago? Sorry, my alarm is going off. Is that just?
No.
No. No, it's not just.
It's monstrous.
Honestly, I kind of want to do. I kind of do want to find the clip now, if I can, because he probably worded it a lot better than I did. I remember he fucking just steamrolled this person he was talking to. He's like some talk show host.
I mean, this is really morbid, but I kind of want to see that what you just said, like animated.
I was kind of thinking that too.
Oh
I was
my
kind of
God.
like imagining it.
Yeah, if there's any animators in chat and you want to animate that speech, please do. That would actually be really funny. Like,
you know what? I'll do it. I'll do my best. I'll animate it Toriyama style.
That would be pretty sick. But I thought you don't do digital stuff.
Well, I can. Okay, I don't. Well, I was thinking I'd draw it on paper.
How do you animate something on paper? Are you gonna do like a flip book?
Like frame by frame?
Well, I was thinking I'd, I don't know, would it be... I was thinking I'd just do it like really like low quality and make more blocky and like put in very obvious...
If you're gonna go that route, maybe you should just just make a drawing of me at the front of Rook's house with my arms crossed, and then Rook throwing a rock at the window and breaking it. If you want to go that route, just draw a picture of that. That'd be really funny. And then draw a second picture of me firing the RPG at Rook's house.
Okay, real talk.
Something like that.
When you were doing like that whole spiel, I was kind of like imagining it being an episode of Aqua Team Hunger Force where Master Shake steals Carl's house and just blows him up with a fucking RPG.
God. Wait, I think it was an Always Sunny skit, actually. They actually made an Israel-Palestine skit in Always Sunny, and it was actually very...
Oh, my girlfriend keeps telling me to watch Always Sunny. I need to watch that.
I still need to watch it. I've only seen like I've seen a few episodes, but I really need to like watch it.
God, I wish I could find this video. I remember Secular Talk, Kyle Kalinske reacted to it. So but like he has so many videos about Israel Palestine. I can't. It was from like 2014 or some shit, like a long ass time ago, and it had such an impact on me about the issue because I didn't know that much about the issue at the time, and that analogy has such an impact on me, and that's why I paraphrased it to the best of my ability, because it really put things into perspective for me on what this conflict is. So that's why I reiterated it. Unfortunately, I can't find it. Maybe next show, but
One day we
Oh,
will find it.
Speaking of like Israel analogies, there's actually a good one I found from. I haven't even watched this show in full, but it's from Drawn Together, and their movie was basically an entire Israel analogy shitting on Israel.
Yeah, I do
Wow.
remember that.
Have you seen that clip? Wait, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I've seen a
I've
little
only
bit.
seen the
of
first
it.
season
it's
of Drawn Together though.
It's Aqua Teen Hunger Force?
No, Drawn Together.
Drawn Together.
Is that... Wait, Drawn Together.
Oh, wait.
That sounds familiar. Is that on YouTube thing?
Yeah, it's on
Drawn-
YouTube.
Well, it is, but Drawn Together was an adult animated sitcom. The premise was where they took character archetypes from different types of animation and put them in a reality show house.
Am I gonna get zucked if I play this on stream? Like, am I gonna get copyrighted?
Probably.
Try just playing the audio. I mean, this is a YouTube video, so it would be unfair if like you get striked, but this video doesn't get striked.
This
also
isn't the
uploaded on YouTube.
original creator. This is just a re-upload. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, worst that'll happen is they'll demonetize it, but I don't make any money from they demonetize everything whenever I talk about politics anyway. The only time I don't get demonetized is if I literally stay the fuck away from politics, so it doesn't even fucking matter if I get fucking demonetized.
I mean, what isn't political really?
Well, yeah, I agree. Everything is political, but I mean like overtly political. Like, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
if I'm
you
just
know how
talking
YouTube
about
is.
clothes and don't mention fast fashion or anything like that, or capitalism or whatever, then I'll be fine. If I'm just talking about clothes, or if I'm talking about makeup or whatever, totally fine, totally advertiser friendly. But then when I start talking about Israel-Palestine, it doesn't matter what opinion I have, it doesn't matter what I'm saying, sure as shit not advertiser friendly what I'm saying, I'll tell you that, so.
Yeah, you get done.
I mean, while we're talking about Israel analogies, you can directly compare Netanyahu to, well, we keep going back to this, but, Frieza from Dragon Ball.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah,
much.
honestly, yeah, because Netanyahu doesn't just want, like, the rest of the Palestinian region. He said himself he wants to expand. He wants to expand into, like, what, Lebanon or some shit?
Yeah, he wants to go even further beyond.
Yeah, like he wants a Jewish empire. We will be reinstating the first ever galactic Jewish empire. Like,
oh fuck! It's gonna be Spaceballs all over again.
Yeah, like it's gonna be fucking World War II all over again with this fucking crazy guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
I
Jesus
see
Christ.
Schwartz is as big as mine.
And that's me being hyperbolic, by the way. I'm not saying this conflict is going to actually lead to World War III. I'm being hyperbolic. I just want to make sure everyone understands that I don't actually believe that, like, because some people do believe that, because every time a conflict ever happens somewhere in the world, people talk about World War III, and, they get all hoity-toity about it. I just make it clear. World War III probably not going to happen for a while, okay? So sit back, don't worry about it, all right? It's not happening in your backyard. You're fine, okay?
Look,
Unless you live in
honestly,
Gaza, then it is happening in your backyard and you're fucked.
Yeah.
But other than that, unless you live in Ukraine, then it is happening in your backyard. Then you're also fucked. But
Personally, I don't find it to be inconceivable.
all I'm saying is we are in year 79 of edging World War III.
I think Netanyahu would have to really, really, really go off his fucking rocker. Like, just complete psychotic, like... I mean, of course he's already psychotic, but, like, just... He'd have to go full-on Hitler. I mean, he kind of already is, but, like... Even...
Ironic.
Even more Hitler. Like... He'd have to go full-on Lebensraum, like the Middle East belongs to us, like this is our manifest destiny type shit, like, in order for it to become World War II. Like say, oh, we're gonna invade Iran. Okay, yeah, that's a World War III scenario right there. Like that's
How long has Netanyahu been running Israel for?
It gets kind of dicey because he was ousted, but then he was able to connive his way back in. It didn't last very long, but like for the most part, I think since '99.
Okay, and
Wait.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
gonna fact check myself on that. When did Netanyahu come to power?
and how old is he? He's like in his 70s, yeah, like mid 70s, early
He's
to mid
old.
70s.
He's old. Let me see. Assumed office. Okay, that was the second time he assumed office. So, da 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 da. Wikipedia, you're confusing. Okay, 96. So I was a little off.
Yeah.
And then he was out of office throughout the 2000s, but then in '09 he came back to office. And then he got ousted in 2021, but then the next year he reclaimed his role as prime minister. It's sort of like Putin, how they had term limits at one point. So, I mean, it's not exactly like that. It's just kind of a little parallel. But like how they had term limits at one point. So, Putin just had like his prime minister or his prime minister, vice president, whatever they call it in Russia, be the head of state for like 4 or 5 years, however long it is, and then he was the vice president or whatever they call it for that time, and then because see, Russia only has term limits consecutively. So if someone else takes power, or Putin later abolished this, but I'm getting to that. At the time they only had consecutive term limits. So he had someone else take his spot, and then he was like the vice president or whatever the Russian equivalent is, I forget the word, for that time. And then he came back to power because again, you can only it was no longer consecutive since someone else was leader, and then that's when he abolished term limits, and now he's president like forever until he dies.
Yeah, pretty much.
Hopefully that's soon.
I don't know how term limits work in Israel, actually. I need to look into that. But I imagine if they have them, Netanyahu's gonna try to get rid of them. I imagine.
Wouldn't shock me.
We gotta get you know who would know the answer to this question? Rebecca Rourke. You know who I'm talking about? I bet she would know.
Oh, shit. Fuck. Wait.
You know who I'm talking about?
It's on the... No, but it's on the tip of my tongue.
You don't know who I'm talking about?
Are they like in the Discord?
Oh, I'm not sure. I think so. I don't think they're active though.
Yeah,
she's like a Arab Jew living in Palestinian territory.
I think I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
Oh jeez, I hope she's doing well.
Well, she lives in the West Bank, so she's not as not to say she's safe, but she's relatively
More
better.
safer.
Yeah, safer. Yeah.
Yeah.
Safer
so
than
yeah,
in Gaza. So, yeah, she's completely fine. I checked up on her regardless when the shit started, because I knew she wasn't in Gaza. I mean, I know geometry. But anyway, I'm going to show this video, and then we are going to have a correspondent come on the show.
Let's go.
This is her late night with Darkscythe debut. So
Let's go.
Oh shit.
Anywho.
Oh, 2 debuts in 1.
That's right. 2 debuts in 1. All right.
Just keep rolling.
Rollin'.
Rollin'.
All right.
Move in and move out. Hands up,
Partner.
hands down. Back up, back up. Tell me what you gotta do now. Breathe in and breathe out. Hands up and hands down. Back up, back up. Tell me what you gotta do now. Keep rolling, 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 rolling. Dead man walking.
Best song ever written in the history of humankind.
Humanity.
I only like that song.
All
because
right,
it's associated
so I'm gonna
with
put the chat
Undertaker.
under this so we can well, actually I might put the chat over it. That might make me less likely to get copyrighted. So we might actually go ahead and do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, do it.
Let's watch this shit.
Jedi business. Go back to your drinks.
Israel.
Israel talks when Israel has something to say.
I'm just trying to pass the time, man. Listen, I know you're a robot, but don't you have feelings? I mean, isn't it hard to destroy innocent people that have never wronged you?
Everyone's wrong, Israel!
Really? Wow. If that's the way you feel, maybe we'd all be better off if you didn't exist.
Israel has every right to exist!
Okay, dude, relax. Don't get so defensive.
Israel need rest.
Go to the highway.
Here? This is where you want to rest? This is the single most dangerous place you could be situated. There are so many other places you could be, Israel. It would be safer and would cause less problems. Why? Here.
Israel shouldn't have to leave. Everyone else should leave. They're the ones who are stupid.
Boy, Israel, you are a handful.
Oh my god, that was so accurate. Holy shit. This like
Perfect.
literally goes back to my fucking analogy. Yeah, that was a perfect video for you to bring up.
Fun
I
fact:
like
the
it.
Israel robot is voiced by Seth MacFarlane.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that. I couldn't even tell. That's crazy.
It sounded familiar. It kind
Yeah,
of
he
sounded
has
familiar.
crazy vocal range.
I fucking love
yeah,
Seth MacFarlane.
Oh god,
Yes,
Seth.
obviously-
Seth MacFarlane is actually. I think Seth MacFarlane's one of those artists who's like has way more talent than he's given credit for.
For sure,
Unironically.
for sure. Like, yeah, there's unfunny moments in Family Guy, like, don't get me wrong, but American Dad is really funny.
Oh,
And
American Dad was phenomenal.
especially like
Like,
early
honestly,
American Dad, like Bush era American Dad, that shit was,
Ooh.
Like,
was primo.
Geek.
Like I don't know,
was
I don't know
emo.
if this is a hot take, but I think Family Guy should have been like cancelled it like years ago.
No, it's not a hot take. I think most people agree. It's time to die.
Yeah.
Like-
Same thing with The Simpsons,
Like,
even
I-
more
well-
so. That shit's been around since my dad was in like fucking elementary school. Like,
Oh no,
that shit needs to go.
I'd say it's even. Oh no, I'd say it's even worse with Family Guy because, like Family Guy, you know, it aims to be offensive, but it does so without any kind of like earnestness, like so.
Or nuance.
Like,
or nuance.
So, well, I
I'll-
don't know. Like, I don't think you need to be nuanced to be offensive, but I think there needs to be like an earnestness with the story and the characters that you're working with. Without that earnestness, like you can do the most like heinous, offensive shit ever. If the characters are like themselves are like unlikable and like I'm not gonna care. It's just gonna
And also there needs
Yeah.
to be like a cohesive plot too. It can't just be them sitting at a dinner table and Peter's just like, "Oh, gee, Lois, this reminds me. You remember the time when Muhammad gave me the salmon helmet? Hi, Muhammad.
Lois.
Thanks for the salmon helmet."
So,
Cuts
wait,
back
Lois.
to
To
the
be
fucking
fair-
dinner table. Like,
Seth-
ugh.
No, it plays
Seth
like the
hasn't
music
written
as
for
it
Family
establishes
Guy.
the shot.
Seth hasn't written for Family Guy since 2010, which explains why
yeah,
every Family Guy.
That's what I was
explains a
about to.
lot.
I
That
was about to
explains a
mention
lot.
that. Thank you,
I love
Ert.
the episode
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
Seth writes.
Yeah.
I wish
I mean,
Seth
yeah.
wrote again.
That's so
I mean,
funny
yeah,
you say
fair
that
enough.
because the family. I've been watching Family Guy lately, and I'm on 2009. I forgot which season that is, but whatever. Like the multiverse episode and all that shit. A lot of that
Yeah,
is
yeah.
hilarious. Like the part where
Yeah.
I miss.
where you know there's the episode after that when Peter finds out that Lois has Jewish ancestry and he like goes full on Judaism and he's like being really offensive about it and everybody's just like, "Oh God, Peter, like why are you being like such a schmuck about this?" and blah 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 blah. And then his grandpa, who's Catholic, or his dad, who's Catholic, visits him as a ghost and is like, ooh, you need to stop being Jewish. You need to be Catholic. We are a Catholic family. And then he's like, we need to stop practicing Judaism. We need to be a Catholic family. This is heresy and blah, blah, blah. And everyone's just like, or Lois is just like, dog, you were the only one who was like leaning into this Jewish shit. Nobody else fucking cared. You were the only one,
what
right?
the fuck are you talking about?
And then
Peter ties Lois to a cross.
And then Jesus comes up and he's like, literal Jesus comes in and he's like,
Yeah.
and he's like, Peter, there actually are many similarities between Judaism and Christianity. In fact, the Last Supper was a Passover dinner and a Passover celebration and blah 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 blah. And in fact, I myself am a Jew. And then Brian goes, yeah, and I'm pretty sure Islam is within the same spiritual family as well, right? And then Jesus goes, let's not muddy up the waters here.
if you hadn't said that, I would have.
That shit gets me every time. Like, it's so fucking funny because it's accurate.
I need to binge watch.
Yeah, it is. Like,
I need to binge pre-2010.
Like
Yes.
Like,
it really has some good bits.
Like in Australia, there's there's a lot of Islamophobia, and like I never like bought into that crap. So when I see something like that acknowledges the connection between these Abrahamic faiths, I'm not religious myself, but it does I like it.
So I don't know a whole lot about Australia. Like, I know a little bit about the Aboriginals. I know a little bit about some of like the government policy and stuff, but it's not, from what I understand, not that important of a global player most times. So it's not really on my radar too often. So why is Islamophobia so prevalent there? Is it immigration? Is there a high like Christian population? Like what's the issue there?
Well, I really don't. I don't know. I think it's just plain old racism because most Australians identify as Christian, but it's not like they're not very like observant or devout about
Protestant Christian or.
I think Catholicism maybe.
Okay. I kind of figured.
Yeah, Protestantism is really only prevalent in fucking North America, really.
Yeah, I must say it's mostly an American phenomenon.
Yeah. Well,
Like,
because that's I mean
like wasn't
they can't. Most of the European colonists were Protestants, so I mean, obviously that's why. But yeah.
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 Wasn't Protestantism only like really started because Henry VIII wanted to divorce his wives?
No, actually not. That was a separate thing. That's Anglicism. Protestantism emerged from actually Catholics who wanted to like protest like things they didn't like in the church, like corruption or like
Martin Luther.
Money for sins.
Martin
Luther.
The 99 problems, but my bitch Jesus ain't one.
Yeah.
What was it? 99 problems? How many problems was it? Was it actually 99?
Wait, let me
The
check.
99 problems.
99 problems, but my bitch Jesus ain't one. How many problems did Martin Luther have with
95. Oh man.
So close! So close! Oh, I was so close. Damn.
So good. Nice.
Hey, you know what's funny to the 24?
95.
95.
I got 99. I got 95 problems, but my bitch Jesus ain't one. All right. And then that's why, for whatever reason, in school, I don't know if they teach this in school anymore, but back in my day, they would refer to the European colonists as pilgrims, which really pisses me off. Because they were not pilgrims. A pilgrimage is when you take a trip to a holy site and then you fucking leave. That's a Same thing with people who try to say the Crusades were a pilgrimage. That was not a pilgrimage. That was under no circumstances a pilgrimage.
Oh, so you're not
Yeah, I've
supposed to
played
take
it.
Maybe in the very beginning it started out with that intention, but it very quickly became not that.
I've played
My
enough Assassin's
God.
Creed to know that.
Same, yeah.
About the Australian Islamophobia thing, I genuinely think this is just from me and from my experience. A lot of it comes from not online, but like there's a propagation because like a lot of like American right wing shit gets brought into Australia via a lot of like distribution or like talking and channels and stuff. That's mainly how it happens.
Oh
We
yeah.
all live in America. It's wunderbar. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
I hate it.
Coca-Cola-
Can I tell you
also,
something?
wait, I totally forgot. One of the biggest facts that I know about Australia. Rupert Murdoch owns basically their entire media. Boom! There you go.
Oh, yeah, that
Well,
is.
that
You know,
means
the
everything.
guy that created
That
Fox News, that guy, he owns Australian media. Boom! We solved the
explains
fucking
everything.
problem.
Well, he doesn't own me.
He doesn't own you.
He doesn't own
You
me.
are an
no.
independent journalist. You're an independent correspondent on Late Night with Darkscythe. Now, speaking of correspondence, we have a correspondent on the ground in Gaza. Wait, I'm sorry. What
Hello.
what are you saying? Oh, wait, okay, so my producers are telling me, wait, hang on one sec. But she's white, so she's okay, right? No, they'll still bomb her even if she's oh, okay. Well, anyway, scratch that. We do not have a correspondent in Gaza. Apparently, that'll get her killed. So live from the San Fernando Valley in California, we have, drum roll please, Bimbo-Scythe, here to tell us what she sees about the Israel-Palestine situation on the ground in Los Angeles.
Can I
Hey
ask some
everyone,
questions
it's Valley
for her?
Scythe here. So you're probably wondering how I got into this situation.
Go
I'll
ahead.
fucking tell
Bimbo
you.
Scythe, take the floor.
Like, basically, remember when Darkscythe would, like, used to, like, say like a lot and, like, talk like a Valley girl? Well, like, she literally had to shed that part of herself, and unfortunately her Valley girl side has now become her own autonomous being or whatever.
True story.
And like, she told me she wants me to talk about Israel Palestine. What the fuck is a Palestine? I can't even point to that on a fucking map.
It's okay.
Jesus Christ, she knows I fucking failed geometry. Fucking hate geometry. God, it's like high school all fucking over again. Well, anyway, completely unrelated to that or whatever. What did we do that one guy that was like being really mean to like Buddhists or whatever? Was it like South Korea or something? South Vietnam? Oh my god, my grandpa will not shut up about Vietnam. He always talks about how like glorious it was to shoot a bunch of godless commies, and I don't think I can like repeat the other word he says, but let's just say it rhymes with pook. So anyway, yeah, in South Vietnam, I can't even pronounce this dude's fucking name for the life of me. Like, oh my god. Fucking, like, Duty McDickface or whatever was, like, being really fucking mean to the Buddhists. And, like, I don't know, like, what the fuck did we do to him? Like, did we, like, send him, like, bajillions of dollars of more aid or something? No, we didn't do that? Oh, okay. Did we like, I don't know, did we like nicely ask him to stop for like 3 weeks? No, we didn't do that either. Oh my god. Well, what did we do? I don't know. I'm just a dumb valley girl. I'm just asking the questions. Completely unrelated, though. What's that one term that, like, those, like, neo-conservative guys or whatever like to say? Is it gender change? No, it can't be that. No. Is it clothing change? Oh my god, I could totally use a new outfit. No, it's not that. It's not that. Was it regime change? I don't know how to pronounce that word, Darkscythe. Okay. Well, I don't know. I don't know anything. I'm just a dumb valley girl. I'm just asking the questions. Yeah.
That was Darkscythe, everybody. Put your hands together for our correspondent.
Amazing.
That was
And
beautiful.
I give 5 claps to that, if you know what I mean.
I believe the word she was trying to say was regimo change.
I think it was actually regime. I think it's regime.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
yeah, regime change. Yeah. It was interesting how she just said these completely unrelated things, you know, one after another, with absolutely no way to piece the puzzles together whatsoever. Oh,
Masterful gambit.
that was an interesting experience. If the viewers enjoyed having Darkscythe as a correspondent on the show, well, we'd be happy to have her back on here to talk about today's most important issues, like should you use concealer or not.
We're
Anywho,
gonna talk about Pepe Sylvia.
Pepe Sylvia. Very important issues. Concealer and Pepe Sylvia. Fun fact. I'll actually go ahead and reveal this. I actually recorded that to break kayfabe a little bit here. I recorded that during a psychotic episode. I'm pretty funny when I'm a psycho, I think. So, there you go.
We do get
you mean that wasn't a correspondent in Palestine?
No, it was. It totally. What are you talking about? You didn't hear anything. Also, she wasn't in Palestine. She was in San Fernando Valley, California.
You said you were breaking.
What's the difference? What's the difference?
They're both deserts. Hey,
exactly.
Yeah.
They both have a lot of brown people. They both have a lot of brown people.
You said you were breaking kayfabe. Kayfabe is a professional wrestling glossary or terminology.
What the fuck is kayfabe? What are you talking about?
Yeah, what's this? I don't know what you're talking about. What did I say? Kayfabe. I never said kayfabe. What are you talking about?
Is that a K-pop band or something?
This is literally gaslighting.
I'm not gaslighting you. It's all in your head.
It's called girl. It's called girl bossing, by the way. It's not. There's gaslighting is not the term. It's called girl bossing.
Yeah. You mean girl bossing? I'm girl bossing every single stream, every single second. So thank you. Yes, that's exactly what I'm doing. Yes.
True.
You're trying to paint me as mad.
Nope. It's just all in your head. It's all right. Don't worry about it.
You're not mad.
It's just the voices telling you. All right. I don't know. Maybe you need to get yourself checked. You know. Hey, you got free healthcare over there, unlike us. So I mean, you know.
Psychological. I need to pay for psychological healthcare.
It's all the dingoes in your head.
Free.
You got several dingoes in your head.
Seriously? Psychiatric health is not free in Australia?
No, I mean Medicare can cover half of it, or at least like half of 10 sessions.
Dude, that's fucking horse shit.
Yeah.
But from what I understand, this is just my other Australian friend that has told me this. The Conservatives have been in power for like quite a while, and they've been doing like austerity and stuff for a while. Is that true?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. Yeah, that would explain it, right? Underfunding, the program's underfunded, and God, you know what really makes me angry about the whole, like, austerity in other countries thing, right? Conservatives in other countries with universal healthcare systems constantly gut it, constantly do austerity programs, constantly take the money from the program, kneecap the program to make it not work as well. And then the conservatives here, where we have fucking nothing, point to that and be like, hey, look at how things are over there, it's so bad, you don't want universal healthcare. It was you who fucked it up!
I must say, it was good at one point, and then they killed it. Like
It's like the fucking Eric Andre meme. You fucking shoot the guy, and the guy he's shooting is fucking healthcare. He shoots it, and he's like, "How dare liberals do this? How dare progressives do this?" It's literally that fucking meme.
I was saying, why is healthcare bad?
And really, it's still better than it is in America.
I'm sure it's better than America. I mean, any developed country in the entire world is better than America in terms of healthcare, absolutely. But
undeniably,
still blows.
Well, yeah, it does. Like even
if you get shot by
if
you get shot by a fucking crossbow because guns are illegal here, I can actually go to the hospital and not get $1 billion fucking dollar bill in the mail.
I'm not English, you bloody fools.
I will say,
look, I'm working on my Australian accent. Okay, bear with me. You both sound you all sound the same to me. Okay.
You don't have the R. You're basically the same.
Sounds like it more than anything else.
Did I?
Pardon?
I said Cockney.
Wait, what's Cockney?
It's like a
Cockney is
it's not working class something working class.
They all sound the same. They all sound the same. Which region? Smarty pants. Oh, you don't know the region?
It's 2D from Gorillas. He has that accent.
Okay, hang on. Wait, I'm curious. Wait, what is it? How do you spell that?
Cock, and then N-E-Y.
Cockney accent.
Yeah, I kind of hear it. Yeah,
East London. I want to see a map though.
You're really not familiar with Cockney accents.
I think
they all sound the same to me. They're all a bunch of tea-sipping, fucking Irish-killing bastards. Okay, I don't give a fuck about which accent is which. They're all fucking degenerates as far as I'm concerned. Okay, I don't care.
I'm so glad
as an Irish,
you're so based.
They're all the fucking same. Maggie Thatcher should have fucking gone.
Wait, what did you say, Ander?
I said I'm so glad I agreed to be on this stream. Like you're based. I love your anti-English bands.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I think all of us English colonizer victims can appreciate anti-English sentiment, whether you're in the United States or Australia or I don't know,
Ireland.
Africa.
They colonized us for 1 year.
Ireland.
For 1 year, at least 1 year. The British colonized my country for just 1 year before they.
Oh, that's true.
left,
That's true. Yeah, that's true. But you mainly got fucked by the Spanish, like in
That's true.
like in South and Central America.
Where is Rock from? I don't know.
I'm from the PHP.
I don't know what that
Pretty near
is.
Australia.
Philippines.
The Philippines.
Oh, Philippines.
Yeah,
okay,
real
thank you
shithole
for
over
that.
there. I wouldn't want to live there.
Yeah.
No offense, but
I would say we here
It's
at
in-
Late Night with Darkscythe
I
apologize to work.
No, wait, listen. It's not just like the Philippines. Southeast Asia in general. Like, I've been talking with my Southeast Asian friends, right? And we agree that Southeast Asia is the second funniest region on Earth, aside from the Balkans. The Balkans are the funniest region on Earth. The second funniest is Southeast Asia. You know, because like half of our countries are like ultra corrupt military juntas, and the second are ultra corrupt democracies who use TikTok dances to promote why society should be run by military junta.
like Vietnam's considered
have-
Southeast Asian, right?
Yeah.
What about Vietnam?
It's also
How do you feel about Vietnam?
they technically don't want the
Yeah, I was about to say, I feel like Vietnam is like the golden trash bag among all the black trash bags. You know what I mean?
That's true, but like they're still ingrained in our. In a way, they're still ingrained in our they're still in our sphere, so we claim them. It doesn't matter if they're not as like shitty as the rest of us. They're family.
They're still
So,
in your
they're a
region
shithole-
of the world.
Shithole by proxy.
Yeah.
Shithole.
They're
by
shitholes.
proxy.
They're an honorary
Yeah.
shithole.
But now I want to know, what about the Philippines healthcare system? What's that like over there?
It's, to put it bluntly, it's like Pete Buttigieg's like proposal. back in
Medicare for all who
2019.
want it.
Want it, exactly. That's how it works.
So I'm
Because what
guessing
happens
it's
is, like-
severely underfunded, and it's really hard to get on the program, and blah 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 blah. Right?
Exactly. It's free, but it's shit.
Right.
So we have universal education, we have universal healthcare, but the quality is so underfunded because
That's
all
not
the
even
good shit is
universal
just private.
healthcare. That's not even because
Yeah.
I mean-
universal healthcare means everybody has it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
like,
I meant, like,
it's a
all who want
shitty
it.
public option system, and that's what made me so mad about
Exactly.
Pete framing it like it's some new innovative idea. Like all you did was took Bernie Sanders' wording and then added a bunch of horse shit at the end of it. It's just public option, but you're trying to take Bernie's shtick while doing it. Oh god,
Yeah,
I
pretty
fucking
much.
hate Pete.
I
I was watching Pete in an interview recently. He looks like shit. I don't know if you guys have seen Pete lately, but he's the secretary of
yeah, Pete Buttigieg.
what's the word? Fuck.
Uh,
Like the trains and shit. Whatever. I'm
Yeah.
just
Infrastructure?
I'm just gonna look it up because I can't think of words right now. Secretary of Transportation. I couldn't think of the
Yeah,
word transportation.
transportation.
Jesus Christ. Anyway,
Yeah.
yeah, he's the Secretary of Transportation. He looks like, compared to when he ran in 2020, he looks like fucking shit. So let
Yeah.
me try to find this interview.
oh.
He looks like he looks like he's been doing way too much like crack cocaine. I swear to God. Oh wait,
God, like, I swear-
it was this guy.
Hold on, let's
All right, let's see. Yeah, just picture in your mind. Actually, you know what? Don't even picture it in your mind. I'm gonna compare. And I get it. People age. I get that. But it's been 4 fucking years. So let's just compare what Pete looks like to now. Okay, so
Yeah.
I'm still screen sharing with you guys. Okay, so
Yeah, I see it.
That's
Yeah,
in
it looks
2020.
normal.
Yeah, he went from
Looks-
looking like.
I
I would say.
I gotta fucking.
I would say, like, yeah, 4 years ago, he went from looking like, a young, normal-looking guy.
Yeah,
to
he's
looking
he's
like
just, he's
Mark.
just he's just an average fucking white guy, right? Like, he looks like a rat, but he's all right looking. Now look at
Now
him
he would like-
now.
Yeah, now he
people
looks
like
like
that.
he looks like fucking
He's
Mark
literally,
Dice. He looks like Mark
literally went through the
Dice.
Kendall Roy transformation.
It's like he's a Darkscythe user. And the Darkscythe has been taking his fucking energy. He's like Emperor Palpatine, dude. It's been 4 years.
Yes.
It's like he's aged 12 years. Look at this
Speaking
guy.
of 4 years, speaking of 4-year transformations, it's literally like Kendall Roy. Type Kendall Roy season 1 versus season 4. It's literally the exact same like Wait, let me just Google it myself.
Not to
Never mind.
suck myself off or anything, but if we compare myself to myself to 4 years ago to now, I look about 5 years younger.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah. Have you seen pictures
Yeah,
of me
no.
of when I was like
Yeah, no.
20, 19,
yeah, no.
18?
Well, yeah, I have.
Yeah,
I did.
like I've de-aged. Like it gets kind of scary sometimes because if one of my partners like takes a picture at me from a certain angle, I'm like, oh my god, I have such a baby face. I look like how I did when I was 11 in that picture. Like what? How?
Oh,
Whoa.
Huh.
damn.
And that's not a
Damn.
bad thing. That's not a bad thing. It's a good thing because it's like I'm de-aging, but it's like, holy shit.
Yeah, one of my coworkers thought I looked 17. That felt nice.
Yeah,
I've
I think that hormones have had a lot to do with it, and it's so funny because you have all these fucking people talking about me, right? Like, you know, spreading rumors, talking shit, being transphobic, whatever. Oh, you know, her life was going so great. She was getting so many views, like a couple thousand, and she was on top of the world. And then she started injecting estrogen and mutilating herself, and she ruined her fucking life. And it's like, guys, I look so much fucking better than I did 4 years ago. Back when when my cock was down your throat. You know? Like,
Yeah.
I look exponentially fucking better. You wanna know how I know I look exponentially fucking better? The fucking DMs I get from men and women. To quote Trump, men and women. And
Men and
enemies as
women.
well.
And people who don't give a fuck.
In the ladies, the fellas, and the people who don't give a fuck. Alright, you should see the type of shit I see in my DMs sometimes. Like, do it fart. For instance. Or, there's some I can't repeat on stream.
Tell Shorty to keep that box breathing.
Yeah, I've been a little more private up until recently, going back on the show. But yeah, I get crazy fucking DMs sometimes from people. I swear to God.
Yeah, people are on you.
I get people, both trans people and cis people. A while back, I guess this is oversharing a little bit, but I don't fucking care. What are you gonna say about me? What are you gonna say, huh? What are you gonna say? Alright, I was in the psych ward. Alright, I had a little bit of a Joker moment. Okay, what can I say? And, none of the cis women there knew I was trans. None of them. I had to outright tell them, and they were shocked. So...
Awesome.
That's a good sign.
This idea
Awesome.
that well, you know, I'm never gonna pass, blah 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 blah. I've been there, but you can get out of it. Might need to be like me, go into a little bit of debt for like laser hair removal and stuff like that, but you can get there. I promise.
It's worth it.
Yeah, it's worth it.
And it fucking rules. It fucking rules.
Yeah, it does.
Like how much just how much younger your face looks without the facial hair? It's insane. It's insane. You literally de-age just that fucking way.
Oh yeah.
Let's
circle this back. I should have gone TV.
Estrogen did so many things. It literally changed my nose. Now, I didn't expect that. My nose used to be really like raggedy and bony and blah blah blah. Not anymore. Now it's soft. And it's round. Not too round, but it's rounder. You know, I'm not looking like fucking Billy from Billy and Mandy over here or anything, but it's rounder. It's rounder, and there's just so many things that have happened. I shrunk 3 inches, guys. I went from 6 feet, which I know for the non-Americans in the audience and in the call don't really know what that means. You can convert it to fucking centimeters. I'm too lazy.
What the fuck?
Yeah, that's 183 centimeters. 6 feet tall is 183 centimeters. 5 and 9 is 175 centimeters.
Wait, how did you know I was 5'9"?
Because you said you
I
were
didn't say
3.
that
You
yet.
shrunk 3. You said you shrunk 3 inches.
Duh. Bimbo moment. I forgot I said the 3 inches thing. Bimbo moment.
Darkscythe is taking over.
Yes.
Darkscythe is taking over.
She's trying to fucking insert her way back in him. Out, Bimbo Scythe. Out. You must not.
Is she coming
You
out?
must not come back. I am not saying like between every single word and every single sentence again. It's not happening again, folks. I'm not gonna let it happen.
You're still 2 centimeters taller than me, though.
Genity said break stuff is better. I agree. Break stuff is better, actually.
Facts.
Yeah, I
Facts.
agree. Break stuff was their best song. That's why it's their most popular song. It was their best song. Alright, at least it's one
by the way-
one of their most popular songs.
I'm curious. Have any of y'all listened to like Holy Mountain by System of a Down? I have not stopped listening to that since.
Oh
last
yeah,
year.
that's on Hypnotize, isn't it?
I've only heard a
think
few
so.
System of the Down songs, and that's not one.
Yeah, I
That
Not
one in
one I've
particular.
heard of.
I love what I love listening to
Yes, me too.
It's one about the Armenian.
When I
I was
was
also
when I was
Just-
14,
Mhm.
I would listen to Hypnotize and Mesmerize, and I was right. It was on Hypnotize. Fuck yeah, I'm the fucking I am based. I would listen to Mesmerize and Hypnotize on repeat when I was 14, just over and over and over and over again. I never got sick of it. I mean, I know those albums in and out. Like, I can listen to them right now and sing along with every single song just about. It's a great song. Did you like Protect the Land? I really liked that one, the more recent one.
Oh shit, I need to.
Oh, yeah. No, System literally came back when Azerbaijan started upping
Good.
their tensions, or rather attacks, with against Artsakh and as well as Armenia proper. They literally came back and wrote 2 songs about it. Protect the Land and Genocidal Humanoids. I like Protect the Land better. It was more catchy, but Genocidal Humanoids
Yeah,
was good
same.
too. Yeah.
Okay, I need to listen to that after this. But
Absolutely.
Fun fact,
they're
guys.
fucking amazing.
Fun fact, guys. Guess who's funding Azerbaijan's weapons? I wonder who. I wonder who's giving them that much
Could it
weapons.
be-
And I wonder who Azerbaijan's
Could it
funding
be
also
Saudi Arabia? No. Could it be?
No?
Could it be the United States of America?
by proxy, but no. Maybe
Oh,
by
by
proxy. but no.
proxy.
It's not us.
Oh,
It's not
wait,
Australia.
wait, hang on. Let me. I don't want to Google this. I don't want to cheat. By proxy. It's definitely not Iran. Fuck.
Oh, you're gonna. It's actually not surprising at all if you get it, but like, not if I give.
Once
a hint,
you
it's gonna
tell
be
me,
so
I'm gonna be
easy
like,
get.
oh, I should have known that. But yeah, whatever. I give up.
Israel.
Why didn't I
was
think of
thinking
that?
was kinda-
What did I say?
I was kinda
What did I
thinking
say?
that too.
What did I say? What did I say? I was literally like, I'm gonna say, why didn't I think of that? And what did I say? Why didn't I think of that? Exactly what I said. At least I predicted that correctly. Of course,
Yep.
of course it's Israel. Also,
Of course,
what I want to know,
of course.
what I want to know is, I thought Israel wasn't a very big fan of the Muslims, despite their closet-sized prayer room. I don't understand. Do they just not like Armenians? Do they just like people dying? Like, what is their reasoning for it? That's what I want to know.
It starts with an O, and it ends with an L, and it sells. Basically, Azerbaijan gives Israel a shit ton of oil because there's a shit ton of oil in Azerbaijan.
That's what it always
so
goes
they
back
have
to.
such a. What do you say?
I just said that's what it always goes back to, doesn't it? Oil. Every fucking time.
How long until we're just rid of that stuff?
That's why the U.S. isn't doing enough to defend the Armenians either, because we also get their fucking oil.
So yeah, and somehow like everyone's like, I see all of these like Christo fascists being like, we need to do something about Armenia, but like the only ones helping Armenia, like the big powers helping Armenia right now is fucking Iran.
Yeah, yeah.
Iran.
Russia isn't doing anything because they're too busy fucking invading another goddamn country, doing literally the same shit the fucking Azerbaijanis are doing. Because last time a conflict broke out, Russia negotiated like terms or whatever and got it to stop. But this time, Russia's too busy fucking slaughtering another group of people to give a shit about the Armenians. Yeah. Yeah. You know, really, and I'm a part of the problem too because I'm focusing on Israel-Palestine so much. But the Armenian problem is just not being talked about. It got talked about for like a week, and then everybody just forgot about it. You know?
Yeah.
And I
Like,
know,
around, like-
I say that knowing I'm a part of the problem, but it's just like, it's always like, we gotta move on from this subject to this subject to this subject. Whatever's current. That shit started like in the 80s, really. With like sensationalism and stuff. I mean, hell, that's what the book Manufacturing Consent was all about.
Yeah, I was literally about to bring that up.
Yeah, and that was written in the 80s. And that's what Anchorman 2 fucking parodied as well. 80s media sensationalism.
Yeah, with like the car, like, you know, starring the car chase.
Yes, exactly. It was true. It was accurate. That is exactly what fucking happened. And then it went all the way into the 90s with the OJ trial and Monica Lewinsky scandal and da-da-da-da-da. You know? It just kept going and going and going and going. Not to say the media was perfect before the 80s, but that's when the media really got fucked, was the 80s. In America.
Yeah, it's like the true downfall in America started in the 1980s.
I think Anchorman 2 was funnier than Anchorman 1.
I agree. I actually agree.
Yeah.
I actually agree. I think that there was more social commentary on the media in two. Granted, I haven't seen the first one in a really long time. Hell, I haven't seen the second one in a really long time. Actually, last time I saw the second one was when I was 13. So it's been a while, but I have a pretty good memory when it comes to long-term memory. And I remember the second one having a more poignant and overt critique of the media than the first one. And it was also just funnier. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
So yeah, last thing before I go to another global topic. Yeah, Armenia needs to be talked about more. I know I'm also part of the problem because I only brought it up like as a segue from System of a Down. But yeah, what's happening in Armenia is fucked up.
Well, I mean, hell, that's why System of a Down came back, to bring more, attention to the issue. And I think they did a pretty good job as well, because there was a lot of people that I knew that were System of a Down fans that did not know much about what was happening in Armenia during that time. And I think System of a Down should come back again and don't just do a single concert with for a $500 million festival. They should properly come back with a proper album. And I think they should bring attention to this stuff because they're Armenian. They understand the issues more than anything. It's the really only thing they can all agree on is the issue of Armenia, because as we all know, the drummer, I think it's the drummer, is like a fucking weird, like, MAGA conspiracy guy now.
Yeah, wacky guy. Wacky dude.
It's always one of the members, like a Timmy C with Rage. He's on that weird conspiracy shit. Luckily, though, with Timmy C's conspiracies, it's not like fucking QAnon or whatever. It's just more innocuous shit like the moon landing and stuff like that. I think it's horse shit. But if you want to talk about the moon landing, I don't think that's bringing any material harm if you're fucking being conspiratorial about the moon landing, Yeah,
it's something you can bant about. If it was like QAnon stuff, it's just like, get the fuck
That's
away
actually
from me.
getting people killed. Like, and that's not even hyperbole. That is actually getting people
killed.
It
does. It's a scary thing.
My favorite conspiracy theory is that NASA hired Stanley Kubrick to fake the moon landing, but because of his perfectionism, they ended up filming on location.
Of course. That's why
That's
Kubrick
really
did a lot of
funny.
symbolism in The Shining. You know that what.
I
Oh
think
yeah, I know that.
my favorite conspiracy theory, like not being funny here, just the one that like I actually am an adherent of, but I think kind
Who
of
said who said I was being funny?
Well, you wait. Did I mishear you? I thought you said it was a funny conspiracy theory.
I said it was my favorite conspiracy theory.
Oh, I thought it. I just assumed it was your favorite because it's funny. I'm sorry if I
I
misunderstood.
mean, it is funny. I mean, it is funny, but that doesn't mean I can't think
Okay,
it was
yeah.
true.
All right. Fair enough. I'm sorry for misunderstanding. But my
No,
favorite conspiracy theory.
it is just a joke. It is just a joke. I don't want you to misinterpret me. It is just
you're
a
fine.
joke.
You're fine. Unironically, my favorite conspiracy theory, and the one that I've seen that holds the most credence, and I don't think most people are going to disagree with me on this, is the JFK assassination. There is so
JFK,
much stuff
yeah.
there that where it's just like it could not have just been one lone gunman acting alone.
Yeah.
I believe Lee Harvey Oswald. I think he was just a patsy. I don't even think he pulled the trigger, to be honest with you.
No.
Same thing with RFK as well, with Sirhan Sirhan. RFK's own family, granted, they're a little kooky, but they themselves don't believe Sirhan Sirhan is the one that did it. And honestly, from the research I've done, I don't think Sirhan Sirhan killed RFK either. I think it was isn't it just really interesting how one of the people the person who killed JFK was a communist and pro-Cuba and blah 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 blah, and then the person who killed RFK was a Palestinian Muslim who killed him because of his pro-Israel stances. Like,
It was Magneto.
come on, it was Magneto. Magneto moved the bullet. Oh my god. Honestly, I loved that movie. I'm gonna be real with you. It was so dumb, but I loved it.
Yeah, it was a classic.
Yeah, one of the best X-Men movies.
Which one was that again? Was that
First Class?
Days of Future Past.
Yeah, I was about to say. I know it wasn't First Class. Yeah, Days of Future Past.
Okay,
It's been
yeah,
a long time. I really want to rewatch the X-Men movies, specifically the ones after the third one. The first and second one were pretty good, but the third one was like ass. Everyone
Yeah.
agrees on that. So that's a cult.
Yeah,
take.
it sucked.
But
I mean, I wouldn't say it was ours, but it was. It didn't take itself as. It didn't have the same dignity as the two previous movies.
Well,
Yeah,
the last time
yeah.
I watched it was when I was 6. So this is 6-year-old Nikki's opinion coming out in 20-something-old Nikki. So take what I say about it with a grain of salt, okay?
It was also rushed. It was definitely rushed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just remember... Yeah, I just remember not liking it. And obviously it's a superhero movie. Kids are supposed to like it, and I liked the first two, but then the third one came out, and I was like, I don't like this. So I feel like if 6-year-old me didn't like it, I highly doubt that present me is gonna like it. But anyway, enough X-Men 3 discourse. I don't fucking care. I just mean the ones after that, starting with First Class, and of course skipping Origins Wolverine, because I don't think I have to explain why that movie's bad.
Yeah.
First Class and onward. A lot of people say Apocalypse sucked. I liked Apocalypse. I was like
It's
down with
okay.
that movie.
It was okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so now I'm spewing some real hot takes. Apparently, I also haven't seen that since I was a teenager. So
I mean,
that's teenager
I hated
Nikki's
it.
opinion. So maybe.
Yeah.
And you know what? I'm gonna drop a nuclear fucking take on you guys. Okay, absolutely, DEFCON 1 nuclear.
Okay.
Oh god, I'm ready for
I
this.
liked Dark Phoenix. I'm sorry. I liked it.
Yeah. Wait.
Madness.
Oh, I haven't seen.
This
I
is
actually haven't
madness.
seen Dark Phoenix.
I think it's bad
Yeah.
rap. I really do.
Oh, I haven't even seen it, so I can't even.
It was
can't even
the last of the Fox anthology.
Yeah, I remember that, but I just never.
And the main complaint about it is that it wasn't a proper like ending to the anthology, which I understand that and I agree with that, but also they didn't have much to work with because this was the last movie that they were going to be able to make, and they already had fucking Logan, they already had Apocalypse, they already had these really big fucking like crazy movies, and it's like what were they supposed to do? Like what?
Yeah, they were
this was the last movie they were going to be able to make, and before Disney had like full rights over everything. What were they supposed to do? Look at outside of that. Look at outside. Look at it outside of the totality of the anthology. Just look at it as a movie itself. I liked it.
I mean, it's very. I mean, it's been a few years since I've seen it, but I'm pretty sure that if I rewatched it, okay. First, I'll say something nice. Hans Zimmer's score, probably one of the best soundtrack X-Men ever had.
I mean, it is Hans Zimmer, so it's like you kind of sort of expect that to be good.
And let me like make something abundantly clear to like make it make more sense for people that are like, what the fuck, that movie sucked or whatever. Jean Grey is my favorite character.
Yeah.
Period. Dark Phoenix is my favorite character. So of course I was gonna go into this movie with a bias for it. You know what I mean? I've watched it twice, and I liked it even better the second time. Like, I'm gonna be real with you.
I mean, do you think they really did Jean Grey justice? Do you think they really gave Sophie Turner the best, script to work with?
I think they could have done better, but I still enjoyed it.
I mean, and also, that's. There's also, I don't know. I just keep thinking about how they're doing this. They were still doing the decade hopping gimmick at that point.
Yeah, that's true. They were, but I don't care. Like, that didn't bother me.
I mean, yeah, that's fair. I mean, I am kind of just nitpicking that, but I'm like,
yeah,
okay, you can get away with it once, but like when you're skipping like 3 decades, I mean, that's just
how the fuck do you go
ridiculous.
from the 60s to the 90s and everybody looks relatively the same age? Yeah, I mean, I totally get that. But I mean, it's the same thing with like Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul, right? Like, they didn't even bother to de-age Walter or Jesse for those scenes in Better Call Saul, because I mean, it's just like, you know what? People age. Just be understanding of it. Like, what the fuck are you supposed to do? Get new actors? Put fucking old people makeup on all of them and make it super realistic and blow up the budget? I mean, what were you supposed to fucking do at that point?
Or CGI.
CGI, which was
Funnily enough,
more probably.
Yeah, I gotta
fake
say,
it.
Craig didn't need to.
like Dark Phoenix is probably like the worst Mystique ever looked in live action.
I don't know. This is why I want to sit down and watch all of them, like, back to back, the anthology, because maybe my opinion on it will be different, because I hadn't watched any of the X-Men movies in years when I watched Dark Phoenix, both viewings. So maybe if I see First Class, which is my personal favorite, and Days of Future Past, which is probably my second favorite, and you know, all those movies. And yeah, I liked Apocalypse. Someone said in chat, X-Men Apocalypse did my man Apocalypse dirty. Look, I'm not really a comic book reader. Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you. I like Spider-Man comics.
I'm a little bit.
I used to collect Spider-Man comics. I have the first Ultimate Spider-Man signed by Brian Michael Bendis. I have Black Suit, the first appearance of the Black Suit comic, like the legitimate one, not like a reprint, but the original. I liked collecting Spider-Man comics, but other than that, because Spider-Man's my favorite superhero. But other than that, I don't read comics. I've never read an X-Men comic in my life. I've only seen the movies, so I have nothing to compare it to. So maybe Apocalypse was a better, more well-written character in the comics. I don't know, but guess what? I'm probably never gonna read them. I'm just gonna be brutally honest with you. Maybe someday, if I'm just bored in a fucking waiting room and there happens to be nothing but X-Men comics laying on the fucking table, I might start reading some. But like, honestly, I have no plans on doing it. I'd rather just watch the movies.
And some comics suck anyway.
Huh?
Who?
Well, what did Tame say?
I was gonna say, or the cartoons.
I've watched a little bit of the cartoons, but not. I should. Well, what's the best X-Men cartoon?
I think
probably X-Men the animated series.
No, I was gonna say X-Men Evolution. I think that's what it was. It was like the 2000s one.
Oh, that's the one I
remember
watched.
watching that one.
I might have seen that one.
It's been years.
That one's Kino.
I might have seen it.
It's been years since I've seen. Oh man, I now that I think about it, I wouldn't mind watching that. It's been years since I've seen that. That takes me back.
Yeah, that's a good show. That shit's Kino.
Is it Is it like on par with TMNT 2003? Because that shit is ballin'.
Oh man, it's been years since I've seen
Hold on, guys.
TMNT.
I'll be right back.
That was great.
That was another good show.
I was watching it. I need to start watching it again, but I was watching through it, and oh my god, I like it even better than I did when I was a kid. It holds up. It holds up. It does Ninja Turtles justice better than I think any iteration ever. It's up there with the 1990 movie. Like it.
Yeah. Well, I haven't seen that.
Yeah.
But I'll take your word for it.
I know. Go, please watch it for yourself. It's
a classic.
What's so great about it is it takes the grittiness and the dark aspects of the original comic, but then also has humorous parts and comic relief and stuff like that. It's a perfect fucking blend. Okay. Now that we're getting into,
I think I've seen that movie on the Internet Archive for downloadable for free.
The TMNT 07 movie?
Oh, no, I thought you were talking about the 90s movie, my bad.
Oh, no. Yeah. The 90s movies are great. The second one, that one kind of blew shit through a straw. Well, yeah, I was exaggerating. It was all right. It's just
it's not Ninja Turtles
they really let the PMRC hammer their fucking shit to tone down the violence. That beginning scene where they're using sausages as nunchucks and
it was lame. It was significantly lamer.
They let the Christian right win. That's bullshit.
God damn it.
What they should have done was double down on the swearing, double down on the violence, make that bitch PG-13. Fuck it. That's what they should have done. But no, they had to bow to the fucking PMRC and the fucking moral majority and the fucking Reaganites and all that shit. They had to fucking bow down.
Rock is eating.
The woke right took our Ninja Turtles away.
Alright, Rook, have a nice meal. Anyway, Esmeralda says hello. Thank you for joining the show, Esme. It's been a while since I've heard from you. It's been a while since we talked.
How's Quasimodo?
I don't know if I'm confusing you with someone else, but I feel like the last time we talked we had an argument. If that's the case, I'm sorry. I was going through it or something. But I might be thinking of someone completely different. I don't fucking know. Or it might have just been a friendly disagreement. It's been so long I don't even fucking remember, but I just want to let you know that I like you. We're on good terms, so we're all good. And again, might be someone else with a similar username I'm thinking of that I talked to a while ago, but we should DM more. I do remember you being a little bit of an ultra left scientist.
Ooh.
Like kind of like a theory, snark, whatever you want to call it. A theory snob. There we go. I remember you kind of being a theory snob, but you might have grown out of that, because I think most people do.
Yeah, some do, some don't.
I still need to. I haven't read that much theory.
I read a Capital Volume 1 in the psych ward. I was drugged the fuck up.
I've read.
I still remember it though.
I've read the God. I've read God in the State and the Communist Manifesto.
Yeah.
Nicole,
That's basically it.
if you were to make a band today, what would they sound like? Good question. I actually have an idea for a project in the works. I'm not going to give any dates or details, but it is going to be very politically charged. Not every song, but a lot of it is going to be. It's going to be a hip-hop project, like I dabbled with when I was 18. It's something that it's a concept that I have in my head. So there's not going to be any central sound to it, really. The idea is to make a new song every time. I don't want to make an album of 10 songs and they all just kind of sound the same. I want like one with a more classic 90s hip-hop beat. I want one that's more experimental and brash, like Death Grips. I want one that's like hardcore, like DMX, or one that's more chill, like MF Doom, or one that's more angry, almost kind of punky a little bit, and like metally, and like I want to have like hip hop beats with like new metal samples and stuff like that. Will it be on Spotify? I am going to be sampling quite a bit, and I think you have to pay royalties for that, and I think my girlfriend was telling me it's like $20 a song, although that was for actually just straight up covering a song. So I don't know if the fee would be less. This is through DistroKid, by the way. I don't know if the fee would be less if I'm just sampling a song but then making it my own. I don't know if that would make the fee less, or if it's just a flat $20 fee. It's a yearly fee too. It's not a one-time fee. I gotta pay that every year. So will it be on Spotify? It depends on if I sample anything. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't really have the money to pay royalties for sampled stuff, but it will definitely be on SoundCloud. And if I ever get into a position where I have more disposable income, then yeah, it would totally be on Spotify. Or if somehow it fucking blew up and became at least somewhat recognizable, then yeah, it would go on Spotify. But I don't know, it just depends. It depends on if I sample something or any of that, because I am going to be using a lot of samples. It's going to be very sample heavy. So I'm going to have to look into the legalese and all that. But yeah, it's something I'm cooking up in my head. I've been writing rhymes and stuff like that, and I think it's gonna turn out pretty cool. I don't want to say the name of the project. I'll say it to the people in the call. I just don't want anyone stealing my fucking idea. So
yeah, you don't want to get Mark Zuckerberg.
Yeah, exactly. I don't want to get Mark Zuckerberg. But at least if you're Mark Zuckerberging someone, you're actually working with them for a short period of time, and then you're leaving and taking the idea with you. Whereas if someone just watches this stream and they have barely any idea who I am, that's not even Mark Zuckerberging me at this point. That's just,
Elon Musking?
No, worse. That's James Summertoning me.
Ooh, yeah, no, that is way worse.
Yeah.
Don't worry, Nikki.
Yeah.
I would never steal your. I would never steal your creative
know.
endeavors. I have too much of my own creative integrity.
Yeah, that's why I said I'll say it in the call when the stream's over. It's just, this is the VOD's going up for everybody and their mother to see, so want to be careful with that. By the way, did you know Hunter Avalone now has a hip-hop project? No, but is it bad that I kind of imagine it's cringe?
I would say it's not amazing. It's basically white boy.
You know what? We're gonna review.
You know what?
Music.
I bet it's gonna.
Hello, everyone. Anthony Fantano here to reveal Hunter Avalone's new LP.
Oh my god.
All right, Hunter Avalone. I don't know, rap. I'll type in rap.
You know what? I bet it will be cringe, but I bet it'll be so cringe that I'll circle back around to being amazing.
Red Pill Fiend diss track. Now this one has me interested. I hope he doesn't copyright me for this, because I am a mod in your chat still, Hunter Avalone. I will retaliate. I will delete every single comment in all of your videos. That's right.
There will be consequences.
I've actually
consequences.
Fun fact for people who haven't been around very long. I am a mod in Hunter Avalone's chat, and I've actually talked to him on a couple of occasions on stream.
Oh fuck! I didn't even know that.
Yeah. Hunter Avalone likes me for whatever reason, so that's cool.
That's nice.
You gotta send me some of the when it happened, because I'm gonna see that. Oh
god, it was years ago at this point. I'm gonna have to do some serious digging to find. I recorded the VOD with my OBS, so somewhere on my hard drive, which is something my friends hear me say a lot. Somewhere on my hard drive. But anyway, okay, so I'm streaming to you guys. All right, let's see. Alright. I can't tell if this is...
And they never tell me lies. Saying women shouldn't vote and that men never cry. Saying women are to blame and there's no fault of mine. Happened so fast, such a thrill, feeling ill. But my sheer L will, I took the gulp of the red pill. What's the deal? Talk to Phil. Force the bitch to make my meal. Never seem to get my fill. I'm fiending for that fucking pill. Happened so fast, such a thrill, feeling ill. But my sheer L will, I took the gulp of the red pill. What's the deal? Talk to Phil. Force the bitch to make my meal. Never seem to get my fill. I'm fiending for that fucking pill. Listen to the ball guy, chilling with some hotties. Always driving up Bugatti, warning me about the bodies. And the bitch is stacking bodies. If she's trying to ride in shoddy, then I flush her down the potty. It's the alpha that I copy. Once upon a time, I was a loser in the basement. I took advice to change my life, moving up, face it. I trust my gut and shame the slut. I listened to what Kate said. I'm gonna get a girl and buy some pearls, I mean I chase it. I walk into the room and you can hear the red pills rattle. Anybody opting feminist or coy, man, I'll battle. Don't you dare tattle, it'll leave you kind of rattled. Put the bitches back in chattel, fuck, I treat them like they're cattle. I tried as I did, still the women don't come on to me. It's almost like they give a fuck about lost autonomy. I just wanna make the world work like it ought to be. If she leaves her man, the bitch is getting a lobotomy. So fast, such a thrill, feeling ill. But my sheer L will, I took the gulp of the red pill. What's the deal? Talk to Phil. Force the bitch to make my meal. Never seem to get my fill. I'm fiending for that fucking pill. If I don't like this, I call it the matrix. Cannot contend with the facts, so I play tricks. If I don't like this, I call it the matrix. Cannot contend with the facts, so I play tricks. Is she hot? Nah, she's not. Disagree? You a bot. Wonder why I missed the shot. I took the pill, but I'm still fraud. But these were lies I taught. I give up, I got the Glock. Say I'm through, it's time to rot. Wake the neighbors with the pop.
Alright, so that was Red Pill Fiend by Hunter Avalone. I actually have a lot of thoughts on this. So, for one, I really liked the I'm paraphrasing here, but if I don't like it, it's The Matrix. I really liked that because it fucking annoys the shit out of me. Whenever, fucking, like when Andrew Tate got arrested, the Matrix sent the agents. I fucking hate this appropriation of the Matrix for so many different reasons. One, the obvious one, right? The Matrix is a trans
I need to rewatch The Matrix.
It's our movie. It's our movie. You can't take away our movie from us. Okay, so that's point one. Point two, it besmirches the people, the well-meaning, rational people like me who believe that we are in a
simulation.
In a simulation. I truly believe that we are living in some sort of simulation, right? People always try to like get into details with me, and it's like, well, I've thought about it, and maybe this and maybe that. I can't really give you like a concrete thing because I don't have all the fucking answers. I just think
I don't want you
that
to have
there
all
is
the
a
answers.
very high chance that we are living in a simulated world. And I hate it when Andrew Tate not only appropriates The Matrix as a movie made about transitioning, but also besmirches the people who believe in the simulation. Because it's not just him, it's also people like Elon Musk that are peddling this idea. It's people like Neil deGrasse Tyson, who isn't as bad as the first two, but still is the best person.
He's weird.
He's a little inconsistent. Like he's got some. He's got some.
He's good on some things, bad on a lot of things.
Yeah. He's a lot more. He's a more of a mixed bag than Elon or Andrew Tate, but still, these are the kind of people that are
the simulation theory.
Yes.
He probably doesn't believe in the simulation theory. No, he's just
Elon Musk.
He's just using it because he wants to do red pill
possibly
speak.
Does. Yeah, Elon Musk possibly does.
Yeah, I'll give that to Elon.
I believe that he believes it.
Yeah, I'll give that to Elon. He probably does. And it just makes me mad though because like these are the people that are representing my belief. And whenever I tell somebody this is something I believe, these are the spearheads, the representatives, the figureheads that are peddling this belief on YouTube, on social media.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate because I don't want those types of people to represent me. I don't want to be associated with that.
Yeah, no sane person does.
But yeah, going back into conspiracy territory a little bit here, I guess, but Hi. Work's been gone for a while. They must be eating a whole fucking buffet over there.
The Last Supper.
The Last Supper.
Before
Did you know
Netanyahu
that the
gets
Last
them.
Supper? Yeah, before Netanyahu bombs it. And personally himself, he's driving the plane and he personally drops the bomb. True story.
Yeah, he's like Major Kong from Doctor Strangelove. He just fucking rides.
Yeah, like that Last Supper painting, that was painted actually during the Last Supper right before the bomb dropped. True Darkscythe history right there.
I rewatched Doctor Strangelove a few months ago.
It's a classic.
Yeah, I think my girlfriend told me to watch that one.
I mean, it is.
Yeah, watch it. It's good.
I mean, nowadays it's. I think I just don't get it. I think nowadays I've seen so much crazy shit that the humor in Doctor Strangelove doesn't seem as absurd anymore.
Yeah, it's like that's the thing. Like it was like the whole. That was like the whole point of Doctor Strangelove was like to
exactly
illustrate the irrationality that everyone had during the Cold War.
Yeah, it's kind of like
well, actually, it's because Kubrick he was going to make a drama, but he found the ideas he came up with so absurd that he needed to make it a comedy. But like 50 years, but 50 years on, I mean, honestly, it doesn't seem that ridiculous anymore.
Yeah, it's the exact same thing with Black Mirror. You know, I think they're actually bringing it back, so I guess they're kind of going back on this. But for the longest time, the creators of Black Mirror, said, like, after COVID and everything, they were like, the world's just gone so crazy that the Black Mirror, like, anthology, the scripts, the stories, they're not too far-fetched from reality. So we don't really see the point of making it anymore. You know what I mean?
Hello?
Yeah, it's like every month is a new season. Hello.
Like going back to the Rourke, hi, it's nice to have you back. Like the first episode of Black Mirror, where the terrorists force the prime minister to do things to a pig on live television. Honestly, I think crazier shit, or as equally crazy shit, has happened on live television at this point. I'm gonna be real with you.
Yeah, a lot of wacky stuff has happened.
Yeah.
We're doing way more than just a pig.
Also, you know what I've noticed? And I don't know if this is just... And I'm bringing everyone in on this. Alright. Actually, it might be different if you're not in America, so maybe just tame. But I've noticed that ever since Trump said the whole shithole countries thing, the word shit is, like, no longer censored. And I noticed that when I was watching the new Jon Stewart episodes, because they would censor the word fuck, but they wouldn't censor the word shit. And I've noticed that with other things, too. Is that what it is? And if that's the case, South Park literally predicted that in an episode where it was like, wahoo, we're all allowed to say shit on television now. Is that what happened, or am I just, like, connecting dots that aren't there? Yeah, because I always heard that word censored every time, but now they don't censor it anymore. Is it just literally just because the president said it? I mean, I first noticed it when people on national television were repeating what the president said and flat out saying shithole on national television with no bleep, because how the fuck could you bleep it when the president himself said it?
Yeah,
so, like, did it set a precedent?
I'm gonna have to look into that, because I don't really watch TV. I don't really watch TV that much, so I'm gonna have to.
Yeah, and you're also not in America, so it might be different for you.
I mean, maybe it is, but I don't think our approach. I feel like anyway. Let Tame should speak. Tame should have the.
I would say okay. What I was trying to say was, the whole thing with saying shit on live TV really started around the early to mid 2010s, because I would say I started hearing sometimes when I watch TV I would normally hear them say shit, like, uncensored. I think it really did start with the whole South Park thing, but I think it really started to become more prevalent at during the whole shit whole countries quote thing.
'Cause I legitimately do not remember hearing that word on national television. Now, maybe like HBO, or like an extra cable, an extra cable station like that. But when it comes to, like, CNN and Comedy Central, like basic cable, I never heard that word uncensored until the whole Trump thing. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it was laxed on that. I mean, personally, I think they should just uncensor all of them, because all the kids are swearing nowadays. What's the point? I mean, oh my god, you have like fucking 11-year-olds that are saying fuck this, fuck that. I mean, hell, even when I was a fucking kid, when I was in middle school, everybody was going fuck this, fuck that. You're a F slur, you're a this slur, that.
N-word.
Like, yeah, N-word this, N-word that. Like,
kids
when I was in college,
kids don't give a fuck.
Yeah, kids are shit.
Yeah, I can attest to that, and I didn't even swear that much when I was a kid. Believe it or
all the
not.
time. In private, whenever we're in friend groups, whenever you're in no adults in the area and you're just with your friends, swearing is so common between kids.
Yeah, literally everything was fair game. You could say fucking anything, regardless.
Yeah, it was total anarchy in the colloquial sense.
literal anarchy.
Yeah, no, it's
Actually,
Be very
all the
venomous and
mistakes, all the
vivisecty.
mistakes like and bad mistakes like Matt and Trey have, they are absolutely correct about like kids swear all the time. Like it's such a normal occurrence, not even like a satirical thing. Just like it's just a fact of life.
yeah, like I understand,
Even in like non-American countries.
yeah, like I understand like censoring certain types
Even
of
in non-American
nudity
countries.
or really, really explicit stuff, but like, dude, at the same time, any kid can just go on any porn site they want. Pork site, sorry. Don't arrest me, YouTube gods. Any kid can go on any pork site they want, and it's all there. They could go look at gore. They could go look at whatever. You know, I have a story, and I'm going to end this off soon because this has been going on for a while. I'm going to end this off with a story, okay?
Ooh, story time.
I
And I should know cookie.
was 16 going on 17. I was turning 17 in 2 weeks.
Okay.
And I wanted to go see a movie with my friends. I don't even remember what it was called. It was some horror movie, right? It was rated R. Now, the last time I had went, which was a week prior,
You're next.
I went to go see another R-rated movie with them, no problem. Didn't card me, right?
Yeah.
But this time, they did card me. And I was like, oh god. And then I was like, well, maybe they'll just look at the year and not the date, and so then they'll just see the year, and then they'll think I'm 17. Well, they didn't. They were like, are you 17? And I'm like, like I fucking go into panic mode. I was like, I don't know. What is it? I didn't know it was. I didn't know I had to be. I was like, what had happened was the sun got in my eyes and so I was like, okay, never mind. I'll just go see a different movie. And they were like, are you actually gonna go see that different movie? And I was just like, yeah, totally. That was the first lie I told. So I go into the theater for the movie I'm supposed to watch, right? But then about 10 minutes into the previews, I'm like, all right, it's been some time. So what I do is I go to the bathroom, right?
Okay.
And I had a hat and sunglasses in my pocket. So I put on the hat and sunglasses. Keep in mind, I was 16. Go easy on me. I know it's like ridiculous.
That's literally the MCU disguise, Marvel Cinematic Universe disguise.
Literally, I can't remember if it was sunglasses or like fake reading glasses or like fake, like fake glasses, like clear glasses. I can't remember which one it was, but it was
even worse.
Yeah, that would prove your point even more if it was like fake glasses. And I turned my shirt inside out too, right, to make my shirt look different. Right, so I walk out of the theater, and I fucking walk into the movie that I wanted to go see, which, mind you, I didn't even give a fuck about this movie. I don't even remember what it was called. I just wanted to be with my friends, you know what I mean? So I fucking walk in like I own the place, right, and I'm sitting there, I'm talking to them, it's still in the previews, and I'm just like, yep, I fucking got away with it, baby. 10 minutes later, after I think that, oh boy, did I think wrong. Because the manager and a group of employees come walking in, and the manager looks dead in my eyes and just shakes his head.
Oh my god.
And I'm just like, oh man, I am so busted. And so he walks all the way up, because we were right all the way in the back, so he walks all the way up the stairs, and he goes, listen, you can either go back to the film you were supposed to watch, or I can get security and I can kick you out. It's your choice. And I throw a fucking fit about it because I'm an angsty ass teenager and I'm like, this is so fucking bullshit. Do you realize how much fucking pork I can look up online right now? I can watch ISIS beheading videos right now on my phone right here, and I like shoved it in his face. I can watch all the ISIS beheading videos I want, and that's real shit. And you're gonna sit here and you're gonna fucking threaten to kick me out when I'm about to turn 17 in fucking 2 goddamn weeks. And he's just like, hey, calm down, all right? Let's calm down. And so he brings me outside, and he's like, look, it's like a 20-year-old going into a bar. And I'm like, no, it's not. It is nothing like a 20-year-old going into a bar. It is nothing like that. First of all, there are plenty of I'm literally debate broing this guy at this point. I'm like, first of all, there are plenty of bars that allow people that are 18 to 20, but don't let them drink. So that argument doesn't even work. Second of all, it's much more dangerous for me to drink alcohol underage than it is for me to watch a stupid movie underage. And he was just like, look, do you want me to kick you out or not? No, and I just go, you know what, dude, go fuck yourself. I'm leaving. How about that? Kiss my white ass. Right? So, I fucking just walk the fuck out.
My lord, Nikki.
Yeah, I went full fucking Karen, okay? Full fucking Karen. And,
I'd say you were Chad.
And you know what? Was I wrong? Did anything I say was wrong? I could go watch ISIS beheading videos on my phone that I shoved in his face. I could fucking do that. Much worse shit. And now look, I gotta play devil's advocate for a second, okay? It is the law.
I was supposed to do that.
He was just doing his job. Alright, I was being a rowdy, angsty teenager, and I was giving him a hard time. He was just doing his job, because if the MPAA found out that he was letting people underage go see rated R movies, he'd be in deep shit, and he might, his job would be on the line and all that. So,
yeah.
he was just doing his job. Alright, so...
But
in principle, I was still correct. Should I not have yelled at him and swore at him and all that? No. Alright, I was 16, okay? Like, I was 16, I was with my friends, I was fucking rowdy, I might have been having a manic episode, although I didn't know I had bipolar at that time.
Yeah.
But, yeah, that it was still bullshit, though. Like, I was literally turning 17 in 2 fucking weeks. And, you know what I did 2 weeks later? When I turned 17, I went back, and he was at the booth, and I asked to see that same movie. I went back, and he was at the booth, selling tickets, and so I go to him, and I go, 1 for this movie, please, and he's like, are you 17 now? And I just fucking slam my ID right on the fucking desk. Lord. And I'm like, read it and weep. And he just and then I give him the money. He gives me a ticket. He goes, enjoy your show. Try not to yell this time.
So who had the last laugh with a line like that?
True. I'd say. I don't even remember what I said to that, to be honest. I'm not gonna make up some bullshit. I'm not gonna be Gabby Hanna and add some bullshit line. I think I said something snarky, but I honestly don't remember.
I can imagine what do you call that?
I'm like 99% sure I just said, "Don't worry, I won't," or something like that. I think that's probably what I said.
Yeah. I can imagine the ticket slam vividly. Vividly, yeah. I can imagine that vividly, like the slamming. That must have.
Yeah.
Bam.
Yeah, it was.
I can't think of an equivalent scene from a movie, but there must be one.
It was very theatrical, ironically enough. It was very theatrical, just the whole story.
Yeah, I was imagining.
You could totally put that in a movie.
Something theatrical. Yeah.
Yes.
Or a skit.
I was thinking Drake and Josh, honestly.
Well, like it's.
Oh my God!
Like the slam.
Yes,
the slam echoes.
when
it
is so Drake and Josh. That's so true. It's just like the episode when they wanted to go see that concert, but it was 21 and over, and they had to get fucking fake IDs, and they got arrested by they got reprehended by the police. Yeah. It was very Drake and Josh. You're right. It was. That's a good analogy right there. I literally lived an episode of Drake and Josh, except luckily no cops were involved. Which honestly, that's another thing I gotta play devil's advocate for. Good on him for not just fucking calling the police when I was fucking going ham on him.
Well.
He handled it really well. He was just doing his job, and you know, honestly, man, if you're listening to this somehow, some way, I hope you're doing well. And just so you know, I'm just as angsty as I was back then. So there you go.
Wait, okay, you saying that just makes me imagine like a second story guy like going through this some fucking leftist space and ends up like watching this random. Just
honestly, I'd have a beer with him.
He was a chill guy.
I
shouldn't have yelled at him. I mean, he was a chill guy. I don't think he was very calm and collected the whole time. Anyway, sorry.
I mean, it probably happened to him like twice a month anyway.
Probably like twice a day. But
yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I could have handled it better, you know. But I was 16, so what can you say?
Okay,
yeah, you were 16 and dumb.
That's crazy.
Yep. So that's what Darkscythe in 20 whatever year it was.
17.
Somewhere around there, that time period. You know, that's the Darkscythe that all of these 30-year-olds with no lives fucking kiss the ground of. That's what they want me to return to. Is that this immature fucking schmuck that thinks her shit doesn't fucking stink. Yeah. Alright.
No lie.
Might as well ask this year's...
I say you've improved. I'd say you've improved as a
Thank you.
presenter since then.
Yeah. And it'd be a shame if I hadn't. And you know what's funny is that those people that talk shit about me and are like, oh, I used to be so much better and blah, 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 bring back the old Darkscythe. They're doing the same shit they were doing 10 years ago. Every last one of them.
They are.
Same
it's
fucking
so
shit. And it's like, just move the fuck on, people. It is not 2016 anymore. But anyway, Genity asks, might as well ask, since this is related to what started this conversation, who's your favorite political hip-hop artist? Political hip-hop artist. I love The Coup. That might be my... I love their lyricism, I love their vibe, I love their beats, I love everything. I can't think of a strictly political hip-hop artist that tops The Coup. They know how to talk about serious issues, but still be very silly and fun, and I really appreciate that, and I try to imitate, whatever you want to call it, that energy on this show as well, where yes, we can talk about serious topics, but then we can also, you know, be silly and have a fun time as well, and not just have it be grim and depressing and all that. Have a fun time with it, you know?
Yeah. I think the word you wanted was emulate.
Emulate, yeah. I always get those words mixed up. I know there are very different definitions. I always get them mixed up because they sound similar. But you're right. I think I was trying to say emulate. How do you spell it? I'll type it in chat.
EMULAT.
No, I think they were asking about the artist I mentioned.
Oh,
yeah, the coup, as in coup d'etat.
COUP.
Yeah.
The coup.
The coup.
Yeah.
COUP. Yeah.
The coup.
You know what's interesting is they have a song called "My Favorite Mutiny" with someone else featuring, and they pronounce the coup as the coop, which is really weird because they go with the coop in here, which is really interesting because Boots Riley, who's kind of the main like lyricist and vocalist of the group, always pronounced it as the coup in like their early work, and it was just really weird that they let them pronounce it that way in that song. I don't know if it's supposed to be some sort of double entendre that like went over my head or something, but whenever I'm showing people the coup, whenever people hear that line, because that's one of the first songs I showed them as My Favorite Mutiny, there was like, is it the coup or the coop? Because that guy said the coop, and I'm like, it's the coup, trust me. I don't know what that guy was smoking, but I wish he would give me some. But no, it's clearly the coup. It's coup d'etat. It's based off of coup d'etat. So yeah, it's the coup. I have been really interested in listening to political hip hop artists since I gave 2 albums by Sunrise Above, really positive ratings / reviews. The coup shits on Sunrise Above. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm gonna say nah. Sunrise Above is way too tanky. They're not. They're cringe.
Well, they are tanky. That's true, but that's not really the issue I have with them. They're a little try-hard. They're kind of like Prophets of Rage. They're like, yeah, we're real tough, and we're doing the revolution, and Don't get me wrong, they have some good songs. Like, I really like, Every Day I Wake Up on the Wrong Side of Capitalism. That one's really good. They have some good songs, but a lot of it is just really try-hard. Like, yeah, we need a revolution, like Che Guevara, and da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah, like faux macho.
Don't get me wrong, the coup talks about needing a revolution too, but I feel like they do it more gracefully and less try-hardy.
Yeah.
And
they nail it.
What's interesting about the coup is that they could have been a much bigger band if they came out just a few years earlier, back in like the late 80s and early 90s, when political hip-hop was the dominant form of hip-hop, like Public Enemy and stuff like that.
NWA.
And and well, NWA was kind of what started gangster rap, but yeah, I mean, it's definitely.
They had some political topics.
Yeah, so did Tupac. But the point is that gangster rap became the more dominant genre in hip hop, just straight up like gangster rap in the time that the coup started. So they kind of started too little, too late. And while their albums were critically acclaimed, they didn't sell very well, unfortunately. But they sold okay. They sold decently, but not as much as like Public Enemy did just a few years earlier. So they were very underrated and are still very underrated. Although they've definitely gotten a lot more credit in recent years, especially with Boots Riley's like other projects, most notably Sorry to Bother You, the movie that he directed. Most people don't know the coup, but a lot of people know Sorry to Bother You. So whenever I talk about the coup, I'm like, hey, if you like Sorry to Bother You, that soundtrack was made by the same guy who did the coup, and you would love the coup, you know. So I wish I could be like Brad taste in music and listen to some songs with you guys, but I don't want to. Well, I don't know. What do you think? Just one song? That couldn't hurt, right?
Just one. We can get away with it.
Yeah.
They don't make any money.
Yeah. I think I could just play. I could play just one song. I can get away with it. But if I'm only gonna play one, I need to really pick the best seller here. How about Pork and Beef? That one's pretty fun.
Ooh, do that one.
Brad has crap takes,
funny.
Sometimes, yeah, he does.
Yeah, occasionally, but he's mostly cool. We like him.
I'm gonna give a really nuclear hot take. I actually like this song better than Fuck the Police.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty nuclear take there. Probably.
And to be fair, damn it. Fuck the Police is kind of overrated, to be fair.
Whew, that's even nuclear than mine, my friend.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with her.
Wait.
I mean, I agree with it, but it's like, yeah, it's just kind of like overrated.
Oh, here it is. Okay. Alright, yeah, we're gonna listen to one song. It should be alright. It'll be alright. We just listen to one. It'll be all good.
We good. We
Just a
good.
little-
Glad it up.
Now,
All good,
I want to
man.
give a little backstory on this album cover right here. So I'm gonna this is off their album Party Music. Now, as you can see from this album cover right here, can you guys see in the screen share?
I can, yes.
Okay. So you can see from the
Looks like something from Reboot.
it's very innocuous, right? Nothing too wrong with it. Now keep in mind that this album came out in, I think, October 2001. It would, yeah, it was delayed over a month. Okay, it was like late October. Now, why was it delayed, you may ask? Well, I'll tell ya.
It was a little funny event.
Keep in mind, this album cover was created before 9/11. Okay? I just want you to keep that in mind. This was before 9/11. Right before 9/11, mind you. But it was before.
Wow.
Okay. Now, I'm gonna send it to both the chat here, and hopefully I can kind of do it simultaneously. Oh yeah, I can definitely do it simultaneously. Okay.
They were fucking real ones for this.
So, as you can see, the original album cover was not so innocuous. It was a little bit of a gamer moment, one might say.
Oh.
Now, again, this was before 9/11. So Boots Riley's explanation for this was that the FM tuner that he's holding and pressing the button on is the detonator that destroys the World Trade Center, which represents capitalism. Now, of course, this album was poised to release a week after 9/11. So the record company was like, oh my god, we need to delay this because we already have thousands upon thousands of CDs printed with this art. This cannot go to store shelves, period, or we are fucked.
What?
I mean,
So what they did was change it to the one I was showing you earlier with the drink that had the little flame around it. Now, what did Boots Riley do? He did the Chad move. He doubled down on it. He said it
Let's
shouldn't be
go.
changed because it reminds us that although the 9/11 attacks were terrible, the things the United States have done are far, far, far more terrible and have far, far, far higher death tolls than a 9/11. Chad fucking move. Some of you younger people, myself included, can't even fathom how much of a Chad move that is to say right after 9/11. Because for years after 9/11, if you said anything bad about America, you're a terrorist sympathizer, you love Al-Qaeda, you suck Osama bin Laden's dick, blah 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 blah.
91% approval.
Yes, Bush had a 91% approval rating. If you said anything bad about America, you are fucked. But this fucking Chad doubled down, tripled down, and said, fuck that, fuck America, keep the fucking album cover. Now, of course, the record label didn't have it, and they eventually changed it to that more innocuous one that I showed you.
Lame, lame.
Lame,
I mean,
lame, lame.
I'm siding with the artist on this.
Me too. Does that album cover not go hard? That album
It
cover
goes
is
unbelievably
so
hard. I
unbelievably
would say
fucking hard. Like even
it might actually be.
Huh?
I was gonna say it might actually be my favorite like hip hop album cover ever.
Right, and it's a damn shame that that they weren't able. I mean, think about it. If it just released a week earlier, I mean, sure, they probably would have changed it with the subsequent prints, but you know, still, it's
Don't make
just
any print with that album cover like price skyrocket, you know, for people that already got
True,
it.
yeah, like collectors and
would.
stuff like that. Yeah, it'd be like a collector's item. I mean, there are
Like-
actual
like-
copies
like
of this
the-
floating around somewhere because they did
Oh,
print like
really?
that. Well, yeah, because it was set to release the next week. They already had all the copies printed, and interestingly enough, Boots Riley on Bill Maher actually showed a physical CD with that cover of it on his show. So they exist.
Yeah.
I just, God knows how hard they are to find.
Just like just like the Revenge of the Jedi poster.
Oh yeah,
Like the original theatrical poster. Yeah, I actually had a reprint of that at some point. I don't know where it went. I also have a shirt that says Revenge of the Jedi as well, because I'm a fucking nerd. Listen. No, never attack a nerd. Okay, we will come back to school with a trench coat and an AK-47. All right, never attack a nerd.
A trench coat and a Tech 9.
In all fairness, I think George Lucas had the right idea, changing it to Return of the Jedi.
I am legally obligated to disclose that I got that joke from Troy Bond. That was not an original joke. I'm not trying to be like James Somerton or Gabby Hanna or people who steal jokes. Okay? I just that was I or Amy Schumer. Yeah. I just want to point that out there. It was a stolen joke, and I stole it unabashedly, but at least I admit it. I didn't pretend it was my own. All right. Now
H
let's
Bomber
look
guy,
up.
don't come after us.
Yeah, H Bomber guy, please don't make a video on me. Please, God, H Bomber guy, don't make a video about. Please. Oh God, please, for the love of God, don't make a video about me. Anyway,
I'll lick your
party
bald head, please don't.
music original cover. I'm looking it up on eBay because I'm kind of curious. Yeah, literally nothing. If you can't find it on eBay, then it's really, really, really hard to find because it was never officially distributed. I think the only reason Bill Maher had it was because he got like an early copy for the fucking show or whatever. Whatever. We might watch Boots Riley on Bill Maher because it's actually a really interesting thing to watch where literally everyone around Boots Riley is being Islamophobic as fuck. Boots Riley is literally the only person that is sane in the entire fucking table. I don't know if we're gonna watch that, but we might. But anyway, I just wanted to give that little backstory for that album cover, because that is the same album. We're gonna listen to the coup now, and hopefully not get zucked for it. So yeah, here we go.
Let's do it.
Yeah, it's all good, man.
It came a show.
In the Oakland Hills, dodging them one time. Check it out. If you got beef with COPs, throw a Molotov at the PIGs, cause they be harassing you and me. You gotta understand that we still not free. If you got beef with COPs, throw a Molotov at the PIGs, cause they be harassing you and me. You gotta understand that we still not free. Don't trust the police, no justice, no peace. They got me face down in the middle of the street. Pistol with me with the heat. Chicken shit sizzling, trying to serve me with the all you can eat. Murder beef, I'm a young black heterosexual male. Don't drink, don't smoke, don't sell. That's the real reason why they want me up in jail. They want me to fail, I resist and rebel. See, I give a fuck about the COPs, PIGs. I wanna lock and shake them like a PIT, cause they wanna see me DIE. Tommy Cash under mob, I'm a pre-OG. Dark Soviet socialist, bitches, venomous, vocalist, pro-po, total, holding it down for Oakland. Flows fluently spoken in the shit we doing, we hoping soldiers to notice and get promoted to throw a Molotov. Music. Throw a Molotov at the PIG.
it, break it, then calculate. If you ever in your life been awarded a steak on the corner with cake, if they send her undercover and you took the bait, next time I see him with no hesitation, I'm peeling off like stolen registration and leave a daughter smoke. See, I'm the sort of folk that they've been hunting since my mama fucking water broke. Cause they the henchmen, nah, they the linchpin between the rich and poor, so we don't entrench in. Cause they dispense with the dollars and cents. So where you stand, go be candles, flowers, and incense. Behind steel gates, with 50 cent an hour bill rates. Up in Clinton, making microchips for Bill Gates. Pelican Bay, t-shirts for the workout. Police station where the slave catchers lurk out. Let's let the thunder out, no more taking under out. We're synchronizing to give them shit to wonder about. The DA is guilty, you're not guilty. We need control of the cash and the realty, and get rid of all the motherfucking parasites. More than we burning 420 Fahrenheit, shaking in their boots when we start to bust. They ain't scared of rap music, they scared of us.
If you got beef with COP, throw a Molotov at the PIGs, cause they be harassing you and me. You gotta understand that we still not free. If you got beef with COPs, throw a Molotov at the PIGs, cause they be harassing you and me. You gotta understand that we still not free.
Oh shit, it's auto-playing Will Ramos. I love Will Ramos, but I don't want any more copyright claims. Okay.
That was fire.
We're already getting kicked off of YT with this shit.
Yeah, and there's a lot of reasons why I like that better than Fuck the Police. Don't get me wrong, Fuck the Police is a fucking classic. I still bump that shit, but that song just is
It
so
just
catchy.
hits way hard.
It's so catchy and it hits so hard and it's got such a bomb-ass beat. It's good shit.
Yeah, and I also just like the flow even more.
And I also feel like they were able to take more liberties since it was a different time than it was when Fuck the Police was written. Not to say that NWA didn't make any violent threats towards the police, but in this song they were just like, yeah, throw a Molotov at the PIGs, you know? It's just, it's a product of its time, and, you know.
It was the best of its time.
Yeah, but I think that I think Pork and Beef is a much more enjoyable song. Now, as much as I would love to go through that Boots Riley clip on Bill Maher, any chance I get to fucking shit on Bill Maher, I'd take it, but
True.
I am starting to get kind of tired. I am starting to run out of gas here, and I don't really have the energy to talk about a 20-minute long Bill Maher segment from, 20 fucking years ago. Maybe next time, because on this show, we hate Bill Maher, and we're gonna rip on Bill Maher any chance we get.
Hell
so
yeah,
next
fuck
time,
Bill Maher.
on Dragon Ball Z, Goku is going to go Super Saiyan and beat the shit out of Bill Maher. Don't miss it.
On the show. It's gonna be Joker, but better.
On the show.
It's gonna be like the Joker Murray.
Yes.
Like Jerry Springer.
It's gonna be like the Joker, except with instead of shooting a gun, he's gonna shoot a fucking Kamehameha. Kamehameha! Bringing it back to fucking Dragon Ball. All looping around.
Every time.
Just like a perfect story arc. This stream is a perfect story arc.
Yes.
Circle.
So, my last words for the night
And you didn't even plan for it, just like Toriyama.
Exactly, exactly.
True.
I just rolled with the flow, just like Toriyama. And that's what we should all do, because here's the thing about plans. They don't ever exactly go accordingly.
Oh god. I want to show you my Joker impression.
Do I look like a woman with a plan, do you? Anyway. You can do your Joker impression some other time. We are ending this off.
Oh, okay.
You can do it now. You can do it now.
Bye.
It's brief. It is brief. You can do it now.
Well, upset the established order and everything becomes chaos. I'm an agent of chaos. And the thing about chaos is, it's bad.
You see, you're not smacking your lips enough, for one. That's the one problem. And two, if you really want to sound like the Joker, you're gonna have to mock an American accent. I'm sorry, I know how much it pains you to be one of us. But at the end of the day, you're just as crazy as me. Alright.
Oh, I won't deny that. I won't deny that.
Anyway, I'm Darkscythe. This has been Late Night with Darkscythe. Everybody that's on the show, say bye-bye.
Bye. Au revoir. Bye.
Ja Martinet.
Tame, say bye, goddammit.
I said bye.
I didn't hear
said it
you.
like 50 times.
Okay,
Bye.
you got drowned out. You gotta say it with your chest. All right. Love you,
Bye-bye.
everyone. Thank you for watching.